Oh shit.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yo, what's up? What's
Oh,
good?
what's up? There's a lot to talk about today, man.
There is.
By the way, I actually did a little bit of digging. I have a suggestion for like a video that you could do
All right, shoot from the hip.
about how often
What's up,
or
trap?
how
What's up?
yep how often Oda chooses to amputation or dismemberment. Because I actually did like a whole compilation of just how often this is in One Piece. Do you want me to send that to you,
Wait, hold on. What do you
or
mean?
just
Like how often he has guys lose limbs?
yes, like how many people have lost like right feet, like right arms, right legs, left arms, that kind of shit, or both.
Okay, sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure. What's up? Yeah.
I'll send it to you on the garden
Okay,
because
that's
I
fair.
yeah because I don't necessarily want to bore you, and if I do that, it might take a little bit too long. I also specified which ones are canon and which ones are not, and the ones that I also think that
Shanks, Gabon right now as of late. You have the Inuashi Nekomamushi. You have Kikunojo. Um,
yeah, left arms are the most common, or like left hands, by far and away. Like so almost half of the cases.
really?
Yes, I think that warrants a video because it's like I don't I can't think of anything else or any other series that has as many amputations as One Piece, or like as often. Because I did like the average, like I counted 27 times, so that means every 44 chapters or so someone is
27
losing a
times.
limb. Yeah, 24 of them are canon.
Wait, well, okay,
Because
hold on. So let me see here.
yeah,
So for hold on. So for amputations, you're saying that both feet and legs for Shiki, that's one. Then you
yes,
said that's canon. We have right leg or foot for Zeph. That's true. So Zeph got his right leg amputated. Uh,
Is
Saul
missing his
had his
right
leg
foot.
amputated. Yeah.
Yes,
Joy
and Joy
Boy.
Boy has a peg leg.
We don't know that. We don't know
Yeah,
that.
this is speculative for right now.
Yeah. Staunton. Wait, when that happened?
When Emu cut off his leg. That's why I said temporary.
Oh, okay. Staunton was okay. Fair enough. I guess so. And
Yeah.
then Nami original concept art in non-canon.
Yeah, she had a left prosthetic arm and
Yeah, I remember that. She has like a big axe, right?
and a foot. Her right foot and her left arm were mechanical. They were prosthetics. But that's non-canon because that's the original draft. She's not an
Yeah,
amputee in canon. Yes.
that is true. That is true. That is true. That's true. That's
Both
true.
her they not just
Yeah,
her
I mean,
left arm and her right foot.
To be fair, maybe they could be gauntlets, but the foot
No,
harder press.
it's confirmed that they are prosthetics.
Okay, so she had like full Malcolm. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, fresh right now. So she had the full Malcolm's prosthetics
Yeah,
when she was in the original concept art. Okay, I got you.
yeah,
I got you.
exactly.
And
Then
then
you
you have left foot for Kuzan, true.
no
Kiros,
for leg.
true. I mean, oh yeah,
The
yeah. Well, yeah,
yeah,
left leg or foot. You have Kuzan, Kiros, and Inuarashi. Yes.
yes.
That's a total of nine for so
For
nine people have gotten their legs.
legs or feet. Yes.
Okay, okay. And then for both hands and arms, you have Gerd temporarily because of her fingers.
Yeah, thumbs
Uh
and index fingers on both hands.
yeah.
Yes.
Then you have the right arm or hand. You have Jozu, right? Axan
In the manga,
Morgan.
specifically,
Yeah.
in the anime, he loses his left arm.
Okay,
Yo,
I
yo,
got you.
yo.
Yo, what's
What's
up?
up, Don? We're just
Stop, stop,
we're
stop.
just going over the amputations cases in One Piece so
Okay.
far.
Oh shit.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay. You have Axan Morgan. You have Peril Sparrow. When that happened, Peril Sparrow. Oh wait, no, I remember. I got you. No, no,
when
no. Yeah,
Pedro blew up.
Pedro. Yeah, Pedro,
Yes,
Pedro, Pedro. Yeah.
yeah.
You have Red King. Wait, Red King? That dude for
His right
the Vice
arm.
Admiral?
It's the same thing with Zephyr. His right
Oh,
arm is
okay.
a prosthetic. Yes,
Okay. Zephyr, permanent non-canon. Law, temporarily. Okay, yeah.
with
Uh,
Dolphy. Yeah,
yeah. With the law, with the Dolphy, yeah. And that's 6 for the right arms. And for the left arms, you have 11. Oh, you have Shanks, Kid. You have the Science
Queen.
Queen.
Yeah,
He has a prosthetic arm. You have Hawkins, yeah. You have Kikunojo. You have Crocodile because of his hook
his left
hand.
hand.
Yeah, left
Yes,
hand, yeah. You have Nigamamushi. You have Jozu in the anime. You have Brogy, possibly temporarily, yeah. You have Skyber Gaban, possibly temporary. You have Nami, which is art, and non-canon, which is a total of 18 amputees. Okay, so you have 27 amputees that are 24 of them are canon. Okay.
yeah.
That's actually a
Which
pretty interesting
means
video idea.
which means every 50 chapters or so, someone is losing a limb or part of a limb.
Who is
Just
doing
about.
these calculations, bro?
I
No, it
just
was just
did that.
him. He just did
I,
it.
I yeah, I just did that out of fun. It's just I love statistics sometimes. Yeah,
Mm.
I don't know if there's like a deep meaning as to why people are losing their limbs in the story like that. I mean, but because I
Every
think it's
50
Oda way of showing.
chapters.
I think like Oda just a lot of times
roughly.
defaults to losing a limb as to showing you the severity of the other situation. You know, like someone
Yeah.
loses a limb just to show you like, hey, like this is just like hella hardcore right
This
now. Like
shit is
bad luck.
serious right now.
Yeah, pretty much,
Yeah.
pretty much, pretty
I'm
much.
rounding
Yep.
it up because we are not in 1200 chapters yet. We're in 1190, but it's close enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Real quick, Ruben, much of $5 says, you're still one of the few I've seen pick up Emu's Bone Eater sword being likely responsible for Gabon's drop in durability. Yeah, Meek, that's the thing. It's like, and also your boy Q much of the 52 month subs. Yeah, I mean, I guess since we're talking about right now, like, so Emu's swords tend to have unique powers, and I feel like this projectile ghoul thing that came out of his sword, since it has the name Hone, what's it called? Hone something. Hone.
Hone Ban Mi.
Yeah. Hone Ban Mi. Like, I'm thinking that maybe the thing went through his arm and then it actually eroded his bones from the inside out. That's how he lost that arm.
Wait, we think it provided a drop in durability?
Yeah, because it went through his body and then it actually targeted his bones and probably like rotted his bone from the inside out. Hence, because it's called Bone Eater.
No, I understand it's called Bone Eater. I just because I was thinking it was more so like the fact that yes, the sword has unique properties and it's like the Bone Eater, but they also gave the it being forged by the big three Japanese swordsmiths. Like Imu's weapons are like even the glaive when he pulled up, he's cutting through shit like butter. I mean, yeah, it probably has something to do with like maybe it cutting through his bone, obviously, because he got his whole arm cut off.
Or it could just be
But
extra sharp.
but I think that the quality of the blade and then just like the properties of it too is really kind of what just did it. Like I don't it, what we think just because like it cut through him that means like Gabon like I mean Gabon's like a regular human like someone like Kaido I don't see that likely cutting through him or cutting his arm off but like
Yeah,
Gabon is
that
nothing
blade is sharp.
special. Gabon
That
is
blade,
nothing special in terms of durability. You're
yeah,
right.
that blade is sharp and like he just got like a good clean cut in plus like the unique
well,
properties of it with the
but
whatever the Omen homies or whatever that thing
but
was.
whatever he did for the Hone Bami Toshiro, the where like you can see when he's doing the attacks, what targets Gabon isn't like a blade cut, it's that weird
Yeah,
skull projectile
Almost
omen
looks like
thing.
a snake.
I feel like that
Yeah.
is like the form that I guess the slashes come in because of like how the sword like that's the property of the sword. At least
So
that's
like
how
you
I
think those are
interpret it.
cuts, like they're like phantom cuts or something?
They act as cuts basically
They
like
act as cuts.
the bone eater aspect
Yeah.
of it.
I don't think it's literal. It could be, but we need more information before we assess that for sure.
I do
Sure.
like I guess how you're like I guess approaching it, but
Yeah,
yeah,
because every
I think
weapon he has so far has unique power. Like the Sword of Vohu drains life force. The other sword, Frograch, that sword seems to have the same thing, but maybe dialed up or dialed. I don't know, because he pointed at one of the tree parts and like it eroded away almost instantly. Then you have the sword of Xingtan. That sword of Xingtan, yeah, maybe vitality. Well, I mean, maybe they're kind of like similar. But that sword did something else too, very unique. The sword of Xingtan was always on. I mean, the axe of Xingtan was always on fire. Like the axe was nonstop on fire, constantly, right?
Well, I mean,
So like
to be
every
honest, like,
what we've seen so far has unique properties. So.
All the weapons don't like they do. Like he busts out all these weapons. They do have these unique abilities, but for the most part, like at most they have been just doing cutting. Like I don't think there's like a massive there's not like a massive differentiating like aspect to the weapon that we can tell, other than like Xingtian has like the flames, but like when Emu uses it, he just cuts through stuff. Like we don't know like the full extent of the weapon. Like the most that
he cuts and he burns. Like he slashes and he burns.
Honebami.
Yeah, it's like Honebami.
Like, Honebami is like the one that showcased the most because of that snake ability. To be honest.
Well, yeah, but like what I'm saying is like that. I think that snake has that unique property, not just cuts. I think it's like the cutting is derivative of the weapon itself, or like the stabbing, the piercing, of course. But it's like there's also like a power on top of that. I think that's the power on top of that.
I think
because like we see with Honebami, like when Emu uses it against while Gaban is throwing his attack, it seems like the snake weaved through the slashes and then got him mid-attack.
It's definitely that, and then also if you like zoom in where like right on Gaban, you get the slice bubble, and like it says slice. Like I'm pretty sure that's Emu's attack slicing. So I think it does function.
Yeah, there's a slash.
Oh, it'll say slice.
Oh, it's a slash or whatever.
Right. Yeah, slash. It'll say slash.
So I think it functions as a slash, but like the unique property of it is the like the homie whatever that thing is, and like like Young.
But like his arm is still there when he's still like doing it, and then afterwards it's just off. Like well, I mean, because maybe like the homie. I still feel like it does have some property that targets the bone itself, but I see what you're saying. Well, like, okay, like there's a slash that goes through his arm.
It could be.
It could be, but like for now, it's like hard to tell if it does do that because like we don't see the like Oda doesn't depict the damage that it does to Gaban. All we see is just the slash and his arm is off.
Yeah, the way Oda did it, like me, like I had to go back after the chapter to like go and check and like talk to people, and like it's like yo, you see that he gets cut right there, and then after we see him like on the ground or on the tree, and it's like his arm is gone. So it's like, what the fuck, like. So
yeah, it either reduces durability or like maybe bypasses it entirely. It's
because even that glaive he pulled up with initially, or that's a glaive, right? The initial.
Yeah. That jagged glaive, yeah.
Yeah, I just think like all his weapons are like of the highest tier, and like they just have extreme like cutting ability to a degree, but. And then like they all have their unique properties.
Yeah,
like that stigma blade is crazy. That stigma blade is nuts.
Yeah, coming into this arc, we were asking what Emu could do. Now the question is, what can't he do? Like, what the fuck? This guy just has a whole inventory.
This is my second time recording this video.
He's putting belt to ass on everybody right now.
Yeah, but we have to respect Gaban. Gaban put on the show, bro. Have
you been hearing about the Gaban glaze after this chapter?
There's a lot of it.
It's a lot of Gaban glaze.
There's a lot of it.
Definitely
like it's getting to the point where like
which is warranted though, of course.
Or people, yeah, but like people are putting him over like Kaido and Luffy.
No, he said he didn't want any smoke with Kaido. He said it himself.
But like people still are doing it anyway because like how he performed. In relative comparison to Luffy.
No, fucking man. We need Kaido to pull up and just silence all this shit, bro.
Yeah, Kaido would do better than what Luffy did, without question.
The issue is like it's kind of discerning because I would still say like even though Gaban put on the show's an outstanding show, like of course he's using everything he has to try and take on Emu. And it's not to say that Luffy wasn't, it's just that like it feels like Luffy he Maybe was a little bit overconfident because see, this is my biggest issue with the whole situation.
Overconfident is hard to say though, because he literally
yeah, because
like
going to the fight, it's like you can see how he's taking how serious he was.
yeah,
So
he's
like
like,
that's
if I
why I
don't
think
eat all this, I can't win. Like he knows the stakes. I don't know why, like, he's moving like this. And the fact that Gabon had to sit there and like reprimand him like a child was just like, I don't know.
Yeah, literally pulled the soldier boy. Yeah, from the boys.
yeah,
I know.
kind
I
of.
think it was needed
I like
though.
what
Like
I like.
Luffy needed to get berated by Gabon,
Humbled.
especially.
I like what you said during your reaction, Cole, though, like that maybe it's like a thing of him trying to like buy time. That's a little bit of a I guess a stunt or whatever. But at the
Yeah,
same
that's what I felt so
time,
too.
too, it's just like all the shit he was saying was like very true too.
Yeah.
But
It felt
true in
like a
what
mix.
sense though? Like that's the question. It's like because
Yeah.
like again, going to the fight, you can see how Luffy's supercharging himself, and he's
Yeah.
literally taking like he says like this hockey is so harsh. In order for me to beat this guy, I need to like eat all this food and so
He's
on. So
stress eating and
going
shit,
to the
yeah.
fight, it's like he was stressing the fight going into it, so he wasn't going all out. I mean, so he wasn't underestimating Inu at all. But then to say what he said, it feels like to me, like when I think about it more and more, what Gabon could be getting out just could be trying to elevate Luffy's powers to where they need to beat someone like Emu, right? Because like Emu is because he knows what happened in the past. He knows the power of the Sun God, and then because remember, like in this chapter, we get that a flashback image of him talking to Roger about how there's gonna be someone that's gonna surpass us. Like eventually, someone will beat us, right? And so because he knows that, then Luffy is the person that he expects to be better than Goldie Roger, right? He's the person that he expects is gonna be the one to actually get to the One Piece and so on. So in some way, his I think coaching of Luffy, because like he's coaching Zoro and Sanji, is like you have to like you can't die here. Like you have to like because obviously like there's still so much more for you to do, right? So I think that's what he's trying to get at ultimately. But he's saying in a way to where he has to berate him so he can focus in on really performing better against Emu. Because I think he can. It's just like so that's why it's kind of weird though, because like Luffy was trying, he was going all out initially.
I think.
Well, he was. I think
personally,
but what was it?
I believe like Oda is conveying through Gabon that his understanding that Luffy is currently like he is annoying in the way that he's acting. So like through Gabon, he's like acknowledging, okay, yeah, Luffy in this position, he is annoying, and there's a reason why he takes an L against Emu. And through Gabon, him calling him out, like the problem that he had and like the display that he had was not up to snuff because of his attitude after getting Gear 5.
It's pretty much coaching guys the scolding. It's pretty much what I got from this chapter. Like, Gabon wants Luffy to be better than he is, but it's like he's really rough about it. Like I don't know if it's a stereotype, but it's almost like black parenting, like kind of like very like tough love, like the stereotype. Like some families are much harsher than others when it comes to like.
I don't think that's like just a black thing, but
No,
it's a stereo.
It's a
I think Asians have way more of that than we do. But
you can say for Asians.
Either way,
I was gonna say, Haitian parents got way more of that.
Fair enough. My bad then. Yeah. Okay.
Cool. But one thing I think to the point of Gabon scolding Luffy is I think we see so much of Luffy's power grow. We never got to a point where Luffy's mentality also grows. Because even to this point, he's still kind of like a playful child running around and just thinking that, I'm going to be king of the pirates until Gabon is like, hey, listen, being the king of the pirates is not going to be a stroll in the park. Like, to be the king of the pirates, that means that when you die, everyone loves that. So I think mentally he's setting Luffy to say, hey, listen, this ain't one of your run-of-the-mill enemy. Like, you have to really take this serious, to a mental degree. And I think that's what we're getting to a point where Luffy's mentality is going to have to be pushed, where he's going to have to be a little bit more mature than what he is.
But that's the weird part, though, no? Because going to the fight, he was that.
No, but
Like,
the thing is,
you saying
he's
run of the mill enemy thing too is like Luffy. Luffy clearly knows that he literally made statements like he knows
I
what the
think
hell is
Gabon
going
is
on.
like
yeah,
he's
but
more
Gaban
saying
has set
like
him more straight to. The thing is, he knows. Okay. When I say run of the mill, it's not like okay, you know he's tough. Like Kaido might have been the toughest person you fought, and you had all the confidence once you had this new shiny form. But this is not gonna be just about you feeling confident. Like you also have to be a little bit more mature and take it more serious. You know. And so I
he
think
also
he's
doesn't
forcing this. Yeah,
doesn't
but
understand like the position that he's in right now.
right. Right.
Like
Because
his
as the king of the pirate, you're gonna have to like delegate against other enemies that are, they're not gonna respect you if your mentality is just always as a kid. Like you can still be
it's like
playful, you know?
Gabon is like calling out like multiple things. Like this could also include the fact that he doesn't understand his powers or what it is. He's just running with it. No one told him like what his powers actually is. Like he still thinks it's the gum gum fruit. He doesn't understand what the fruit is. He's just going along with what he feels like. He doesn't understand like the importance or the significance of the power that he had attained.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much. And
yeah.
I
And
would
it's kind
also
of the
say, go ahead.
oh, no, I was gonna say it's kind of hawk back to what Dofi was saying. Like your power is really limited about like how your mental is as well. So, you know,
I mean,
we know
Kaido said that as well. Like,
right.
and he even Luffy should have paid attention to that. 'Cause when Kaido said that his awakening was like a Zoan's, Luffy should have paid attention to that. I feel like like that just skipped over Luffy's head. Like he should have
Right,
reflected on
right.
that.
Yeah. And it's
One
like a
of the
lot
things
of the
I also
dialogue.
wanna
Oh, go ahead,
I
sorry.
want to point out like for Luffy in this case, like I feel like he has lost the like ability that he had in Whole Cake Island and analyzing that there's a specific attribute and ability that he needs to defeat like an opponent. Like with Katakuri, he understood that he couldn't defeat him without understanding what Future Sight is. Once he understood what Future Sight does, then he used like he figured out like speed is a way to get around it. Like just because Katakuri could see into the future, that doesn't mean that his body
right.
Mm-hmm.
will be able to react fast enough to act on preventing that future from happening.
With Kaido too, like you needed Rio, and then you needed infusion to hurt him. At least, like in the case of Luffy, like Law could do his thing, Kid didn't really do anything. Killer could do his thing, and Zoro had Emma. But for Luffy, it was like his just striking Kaido with physical force was not never going to be enough. In his case, like he needed infusion of both armament and conquerors. So it's like
Not like
very similar to what
I
happened to
think it doesn't
Katakuri.
So, like, what does
just
he
like
need
an
now to understand his true power?
yeah, it's not
Yeah,
like an
definitely.
offensive thing where he's fighting an opponent. He needs to study them to in order to beat their ability. It's more that he needs to do self-reflecting about his own ability. It's like the opposite, like the other way. He needs to understand what his ability is. He can't just vibe with whatever he wants. He needs to understand like what kind of ability that he has and what's like the full extent of the ability.
Yeah, I feel like
Mm,
Luffy definitely needs to like since we're on Elbaf, and this is probably the one place in the world that has more lore about Nika and Joy Boy than anywhere else. I know that this is not Luffy's style, but I feel like Luffy should talk with Robin about it because he's not gonna read a book himself. But I feel like he should talk with Robin about this.
no, he,
I don't think he is gonna talk to
yeah, I
Robin.
don't
I
think so.
think he'll
Yeah,
just figure it out
right.
naturally because of what Gabon
Yeah.
told him.
Like more than on the
Like
story,
he's
they
gonna
don't
be
talk to each other about
mad
that kind of
because
stuff.
of
Like they just kind of do things. Like they just kind of figure out on the cover. Like they found it by accident. Let's say Emu may say something that alludes to it,
Yeah,
but it's like, yeah, because
I
I
was
don't
gonna
see
say
that happening.
Emu yaps a lot. He's been yapping a lot, so I think he'll say something that'll maybe clue
Mm,
Luffy in. But it's like we're having to like bank on like Luffy actually taking that to heart or trying to internalize it and make a difference
Yeah,
after.
Luffy's probably just gonna wing it like he always does.
Yeah. And I noticed
another
that
thing that Luffy
oftentimes. he'll
Another
get
thing
to a
that
point where he needs like a
go ahead, Ron.
mentoring from someone else to like get him into that mindset. Because like even on Wano, Zoro had to tell him, hey, listen, this ain't we're not playing around here. Like we're fighting an emperor crew. Let's take it serious, you know?
No, this was
So
all the way back in ever since Punk Hazard. Like Zoro
Yeah, that
was
was a
yeah,
telling Luffy like that.
punk
This is the
hazard
new
thing.
world. Like lock the fuck in, man.
yeah, yeah. But every time he gets one of those talkings, it's to to you guys' point, he'll start figuring shit out. He'll say, "Oh, okay, you know what? Maybe I need to think about this a little bit more. Maybe I
Yep.
should ask about Joy Boy, or maybe I should, try to expand beyond this. So who knows? He might reflect back on his battles with Kaido and pick up on the fact that he mentioned something about. Uh, I mean, did he say
John,
that out loud to Luffy?
no,
That
he
it
said
was
that.
moving like I think he was thinking in his mind.
No, he said my awakening was when mind and body are aligned, and he also mentioned that his awakening didn't feel like a paramecia; it felt like a Zoans.
Okay, I thought Kaido was
He
saying that in his mind when he was like perplexed about how he was fighting.
no,
I
that
didn't. I
that
didn't realize
was
he said
more
it to
so.
Luffy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He straight up told Luffy. So it's like
Okay.
I feel like Luffy really needs to think back to what Kaido said because I think that that's going to be key for him to
Yep.
wing it. Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. Because
Especially with hockey too, because if he, you're trying to be pirate of the king. If the thing that made Roger the greatest, and he didn't have a fruit, and hockey dominates all, I would think Luffy would also reflect on that as okay. I'm fighting another enemy that I know his hockey to
Mm.
be, crazy. So maybe I need to also lock in on what my hockey can do with my fruit
So
or
like
individually.
early in the arc, Gabon told Luffy to be mindful of how he uses Conqueror's haki.
yes,
That's true.
And we did see him utilize, but what that means in full detail, we don't know. He just kind of say be mindful how he used against immortal beings. Um,
Right.
but I think that in terms of the themes of the arc, it's very clear that like the themes of the arc were talking or were focused on things like how to number one master your hockey in terms of because that is support for more beings, and number two, what it really means to be a god. That's something that Imu brings up to Loki, about the idea of a true god. And then in the
Mm.
arc, initially there were these the Albathian giants were always talking about what it like what is the real nature of the sun god. And then Luffy, I thought, was going to be able to prove on Albath what it meant to be, and maybe we'll like what it means to be the real sun god. The sun god of freedom, the sun god of liberation, like that's what he is essentially, right? So he'd prove that to the people of Albath that he's not a destroyer god. Like Emu's a destroyer god in some sense, whereas he's not that destroyer god. But
I mean, like in a
um
way, Luffy can be like a destroyer, and he's like a destroyer of oppression in a way.
yeah, but
destroyer of
that
evil.
wouldn't be the case on Elbaf. Like on Elbaf, I think you have to prove like what kind of a version of the sun god he
Yeah,
is.
the liberator.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right. He'd be the liberator. But it feels like also, I mean, because like it's such a strange thing because Gabon is not explaining it in a very good way. He's just kind of saying
You
like
just
this is the
saying
case,
shit.
Yeah, like Gabon just like Gabon is essentially saying lock in, even though he's like being locked in the entire fight. He's kind of saying just like lock in harder because you can do better than that. Like you can do better than what you think you can do. But then why not just
Right.
say that instead of saying lock in harder? Like I don't know, like it's strange.
Maybe because Luffy is dumb that he wouldn't understand if he didn't simplify it.
Nah,
But he doesn't
I'm
know what his
not sure.
power is. It's from the rip.
Maybe
he
it's
has
like
to
his
But
be-
football,
doesn't
he was locked in
understand.
though. Like again, like going into the
He-
fight, he was eating so much food and saying, "I have to eat this food because this guy's so strong."
Yeah, but like he has like a vague idea, a sense of like Emu strength, but like he doesn't understand fully like who he's up against. Like he is up against like the guy that had um potentially killed the fruit owner before Luffy. Like he doesn't understand like the gravity of his situation and like the
Yeah.
person he's up against.
Also, the king of the world. That's another thing. Like that. Like Luffy needs to understand the gravity of the situation. And yeah, he was. You can say that he was locked in to a certain extent when he first came into the fight, but now it's like fully lock in. Because otherwise, everyone is gonna die. Like Gabon, I think he made that sacrifice on purpose, very similar to what Shanks did, but for a different reason. Like Shanks did the sacrifice both to bet on Luffy and to get rid of his connection to Emu.
Mhm.
Gabon did this basically for the next generation. He basically pulled a Garp with Kobe. That's basically what it is.
Told
It
the
also
Garp.
goes with like the thing that Gabon was thinking about. Like all of his, there's various people's dream that is riding on Luffy's back. Which is
He
why like
is
he's
holding a lot.
berating
Yeah,
him
it's like to
in
me, it
such
feels
a
like it's more
way.
of a coaching because he's saying like, this is what it means to be Pirate King, and then in order to be Pirate King, people are gonna target you. People want to see you dead, and that's the reality of the situation of being Pirate King. And so, if you think that you Pirate King with the power that you have, then you've lost your mind. You have to do more power. But that's just it's kind of like coaching to me,
Mm.
because
Yeah.
that makes the most sense. I think,
Yo, I wish he'd fucking coach Usopp, bro.
bro, he doesn't need it. He's just doing it naturally. He's good.
We'll see.
Oh yeah.
Also,
Okay.
Yes.
by the way, Cole, you were asking what Komodo means. It means divine gate. That's
Okay.
what it
Oh,
means.
okay. That's cool. Fine game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Back to that Commodore shit, bro. Yeah. To me, like when I was first reading that chapter, it looked like he straight up cut the tree with like a bolt of hockey. I think that it was a slash, but if it was a bolt, like that's pretty crazy.
No,
Yeah.
it's definitely a bolt because of like the setup that he did. Like when he jumped into the air, he was charging his like he
Yeah,
was in
he's
a position
charging
where
it.
he didn't even release like slashing attacks. He had like his axes like above his head and he was charging
So
Yeah, he was
with his
charging,
hockey.
but
do we think that the Commodore is like his like I guess his I don't want to say like incantation or whatever, but like
His ultimate.
basically
oh,
how he charges up his like critical mass hockey and like
that's what I think it is. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's more like I
he was
think it's
doing
more
a
critical
yeah,
mass
because
hockey. Oh
actually
yeah,
if you look at the bottom of the screen too, it's like he or the panel he's cut up the bottom half of the tree too with the
yes, he cut
bolt.
through. He cut through the entire branch itself that they're fighting on.
Yeah.
And then like the way it seems like, but my issue is that when we see if we go back to what happened on God Valley, I don't think we saw Roger or Garp actually like have the bolts themselves cut, or like or
They really damage the surrounding like that.
yeah. Let me
to
just
be
grab the
honest,
page.
like Oda slide showed that kind of. So like we don't know fully.
Yeah, he did kind of
Like
just
Garb and Roger could have been doing that the entire time. It's just that Oda just cut out those scenes
You think?
Yeah.
for like more
The,
important impact
the way
shots.
that I see what Gabon did, it almost feels like the One Piece equivalent of like a key blast volley from Dragon Ball. Like it's almost like that. Like maybe the with cutting edge, it's so similar to like the Destructo disc from Krillin. Like it's possible, but it's also possible that the edges are so sharp that they themselves are cutting. It's very
By the
possible.
way, like Cole, like after Gabon did that with like the hockey bolts and cut up the
Yeah.
tree, like people also thought that like people were going back and thinking about like when Shanks did his hockey
Wi-Fi. Yeah.
against
Green
Green
Bull. Yeah,
Bull,
people
like
saying that's Wi-Fi hockey.
there's a
That's what they
reason
call it.
why like he
uh,
stopped the bolts from hitting him, otherwise it would have like it would have harmed him.
I feel like it's a different application of Conqueror's hockey, though. I don't
I
know.
think so too.
I think it
Yeah, that
looks
could be the
similar.
case. Like people
Yeah,
were
I think it looks
mentioning
similar,
that
but
a lot.
I think it's definitely different because um I think Shanks obviously has like the greatest mastery of Conqueror's hockey probably in the series. So like him
I
being
think
able to just
at
like
least one of the
constrict.
greatest. Yes.
I
It
don't know. I
also
think
brings up like the
I would say just because he doesn't have a fruit, I think he's like the new. I mean, Cole says it all the time, but like he's like the new Roger basically. So I feel like he has the
Okay.
greatest mastery of it, and like he can.
I mean, so
do
like
things
okay, because
together.
here's the thing is it's like when you look at let's say the Conqueror's hockey application, it's like normally when we see Kakusaki applied to a certain attack, normally it's on top of the attack itself. So it's like, for example, when Garb does the Galaxy Impact, there's a shockwave dome from him punching. So like you can see that the punch has like a cone, like let's say Sengoku Shockwave, and there's hockey on top of the shockwave. So it's physical force of him punching, bringing that shockwave, and then hockey on top of that. And so you can see how it works there. But when it comes to these bolts, it feels like he's actually attacking almost like in the same way that you saw with let's say Kaido's Vajra arrow or Yamato's arrow, where it's like the hockey itself becomes a projectile beam, and then the hockey then has attack power to it, like the hockey
It
itself.
feels if you're going back to Kaido, it feels more like Kaido's like Kaifu, like the demolition gust, like the air cuts. Feels more like that.
No. Like those were like distinct cuts. Hold on, I'm getting a call. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, okay. No, you were talking about the Vajra arrow. I'm not sure if the Vajra arrow had like a cutting thing. Same thing with like the Narikabura arrow. I'm not sure if either Yamato's or Kaido's had like cutting to them. They seem
I
more
think
like
it's
a
Those
just
those
force.
attacks are like more. They're more similar to like what Gabon did with like the 8,000 Grim Throng, where he does like a bunch of slashing attacks,
That's
which
a
could
fair
be like
point.
air
Yes.
cuts, air cuts themselves, because like the way that they're drawn, they are in like the manner of air cutting, which is like what Kaido does with like his wind gusts. So that's more similar to that rather than like the hockey bolts being in that manner.
That's fair. It's also the case that it could be like customized per person because uh Gabon's main fighting style is all about cutting because he's an axe wielder. So it could be unique like from person to person. Like Garp is more like bludgeoning damage. Uh Roger would be more like maybe cutting damage because he has a sword as well. Maybe Gabon is more like either cutting or like piercing damage. I would say
I mean,
it
like
might vary.
it's noted to like that rocks when he does his slashes is more like a representative like of a cannonball fire. It
Yeah.
has
Yeah,
like
it's more.
explosive properties.
It feels more like a bludgeoning blow than a cutting blow. Yes.
Yeah, it could be that Gabon's bolts itself do cut, rather than like like anyone can do that. It's just something that's unique to his trait of hockey that
Yeah,
he has like developed.
that would make sense. Every hockey user is unique, so why not customize it so that everyone does different things? It depends on what they specialize in.
One thing I wish was the dialogue between Gabon and Emu would be a little bit longer, because I thought they were going to get into like Void Century lore and stuff. And it's like interesting knowing that Gabon knows everything in front of the very person who doesn't want anyone to know anything. So it's like,
But I
you
mean, like Oda's not going to spill all the beans. Like he's just using Gabon more as like a rage bait.
Yeah. I think the
Like
interaction definitely like served its
know,
purpose in that regard. And like he let him know, like, yo, we know who you are. This is the guy that's
mhm.
here to do what we were waiting to do to you. So
yeah, like Gabon was
Right.
trying to like distract in a way.
Psych him out.
Emu.
Yes.
Yeah, like he's like doing like this IQ play and like dialogue bait him and whatnot.
Yeah, he was essentially just rage baiting even, which makes sense if you want to like stall and buy time. And I mean, overall, this chapter more than anything else was pretty much like what Scopper can do when he's really trying. Like this was like showcase of like Scopper's full power, and I'm very satisfied. I think a lot of people were putting him too low, honestly.
I mean, it's like kind
Oh,
of fair to put him low though, because like we didn't know much about him, and like even if we were going to like rate him that high, like it wouldn't be like exceeding what Rayleigh was capable of, because that's like the bar of measure that people have in mind with Gabon. Like he should be around where Rayleigh's at.
Yeah, they should be equal. Yeah,
Yeah, but
given the
like this
parallel.
showcase like shows like beyond. Well, it's not even like showing Gabon is like like a tier higher than what he should be. It's just like a display of like what his power is at when he goes all out. It's
And
not
that's
like
while he's old and injured. And this is him past his prime, and this is him not fresh. There's also these two caveats.
I don't know if it would have done. I don't know if it would have been like a much of a difference if he was in better condition against Emu. To be honest,
He would probably
like
Yeah,
last
because
he,
he
longer.
was on the
Honestly, he would probably last longer.
yeah, but like the attack itself wouldn't have done too much differently than how it had happened like here.
No, but I'm saying his performance could have been slightly better if he was fresh. Like I'm just pointing out that this is Gabon is doing this while literally being past his prime, like being old. His joints are aching and everything, and he literally has 3 holes through his abdomen from Gunko. Like, yeah, Chopper took care of him, but it's like he's still not healed. He's still not at his best condition, which just
The
makes
thing is
this
though,
all
like
the more
they
impressive.
do they do like Gabon says like his bones are aching because of his age and he doesn't like that. But like Emu calls him out and says, "Bro, even though you're old, like you're still a member of like the Pirate King's crew." And like and then Gabon says the same thing toward Emu. You're old, but like you're the king of the world essentially. You're not.
Yeah, Gabon knows. Like I personally, like if you ask me, like when Gabon was in his prime, he was tied at number 2. Like Roger, obviously number 1, number 2 in the crew alongside Odin and Rayleigh. My personal opinion, like those 3 were like tied in second place because
Also, I like
they're all
how this
monsters.
chapter shows that like when Gabon cuts the branches and like there's like a specific panel of like the branches falling down into the underworld, like they're the size of the mountains, like implying that yeah, like him being called the mountain eater is consistent because like if he were to cut those mountains, like it would have been in the same
Yeah,
fashion that he had
yeah,
done it with the branches.
this is easily like a mountain to mountain range level attack in scope at the bare minimum. Like very clearly, like again, I think after a showcase like this, Scopper needs to be in the top 20. There should be no discussion about this. At least among the living, he has to be in the top 20.
I mean, isn't Rayleigh in the? I think he is. Rayleigh's in there already.
No, that it depends because people like Cole do not have Rayleigh and Scopper in the top 20. I feel like after a showcase like this, they need to be in the top 20.
No, but I'm saying like on average, like they are,
Yeah,
regardless of like
on
what people
average,
put him like low or not. Like on an
yeah.
average, they are around.
o-
They're
o-
already on
I'm
there
back.
before this.
What I
Welcome
missed.
back, Cole.
Back.
That they tend to be between 16 and 20, the what I consider to be like the lower middle of the list.
What I missed.
The other thing too is how you think
This is just like
uh
it's just like
I
we're like the placement of Gabon in like the top 30. Like he should be like around top 20.
Whoever
Is
Rayleigh
what
is.
on average, yeah.
Question is, hey, are these guys the? Here's my question: are these guys stronger than animals? Like
I would
Fujiwara
say
Kizaru. I mean, Fujiwara and Greenbow.
I would put honestly Gabon should probably be between Isho and Aramaki personally. Because again, it would be a bad matchup for Greenbow. Because if he can cut treasure 3 Adam Wood, I don't see what Greenbow could do against him. Honestly. Isho his powers are more tricky because he's literally gravity.
I don't think this showcase changes much for Gabon. It's just fleshing out like the idea of like what people already had in their minds. And like
Yeah,
even
But
still,
really, you think
even
so?
if he
Because I don't think people have this idea in mind where Gabon could perform so well against Emu. Now, to be fair, okay,
like there is only like
I guess
one.
here's the thing, all right? I guess here's the thing. Like you can argue that Gabon is actually catching Emu on the downswing of his timer because you can see how while he's fighting, there's a lot of these times where he's just coughing up blood randomly because he has the timer on. So they have a clash, they talk, and then he starts to cough. They have him wiping the blood, and then he has there are various things we can argue. Okay, well, but because of his sickness, yeah, because of the timer, he's not allowed.
Yeah, his threshold is approaching.
His stamina starting to wane because of that. Maybe because of a timer thing. So
could be a bit mix of both. It could be damage threshold and a time limit.
Yeah, like I don't want to downscale Gabon too much. Is the thing about it is that you have to keep in mind that does matter here. Like he is coughing and spitting out blood because of the time that he's allowed here. He can't be here for too long.
Yeah, but Gabon is also coming into this fight injured as well.
Sure, of course. Absolutely, without question. Yes, without question.
What do you think? Because like people are now like revising their initial thoughts of Rayleigh in like his encounter against Blackbeard, and a lot of people are thinking like, yeah, like even though he did say that he would lose, like Blackbeard had a reason to have like fear to fighting against him, because like something like this could happen to Blackbeard where he just like Rayleigh does like a critical mass attack, and that could like potentially like finish him.
I mean, we've never seen Blackbeard is just way too. He has way too much endurance. I would say his durability isn't anything to write home about, but his endurance is just insane.
Yeah, but even still, though, it's like no, because Rayleigh admitted that he couldn't be Blackbeard. He already admitted that. So like we're
I'm talking about
he couldn't.
I'm talking about
he couldn't beat him, but like in attack, like Gabon didn't beat Emu, but like he still did like an attack on like on this level that it did cause problems towards Emu, which is I'm thinking like Rayleigh probably could do the same thing and cause problems to Blackbeard, even though he would not win, and probably even more damage to Blackbeard because like Blackbeard.
Oh yeah, sure. Like it wouldn't be a fight that's like like Blackbeard would have a hard time taking on. Well, Rayleigh be a tough fight, but like he still win that fight.
Yeah,
like I'll say like the same thing with Law. Like ultimately. That's what I think, honestly. Wait, what the hell? What came in? Oh, never mind. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. So let me just. Oh, real quick. We have Ruba says this for $5. You still want? Oh no. We have Shadow. Have you recall? What? Have you recalled that just by one person alone, Akainu possibly has more scarred or ripped limbs off in a short time in who's MF, Luffy, Aokiji, than people who use sharp attacks throughout the whole series? But who's MF?
I have no idea.
Wait. Repeat it.
He said, "Have you recalled that by just one person alone, Akainu possibly has scarred and ripped off limbs in such short time in MF, Luffy, Akainu, Aokiji, Marineford. Okay, Marineford.
MF is Marineford in this context. Yes.
Okay, in Marineford. Okay, in Marineford. Then Luffy is Luffy's Akainu because he wrote a read. Then people who use sharp attacks throughout the whole series.
I mean, to be fair, the only person that we know that has lost limbs to Sakazuki is Kusa so far.
I mean, Whitebeard lost half his face. That's definitely an.
I mean, yeah, but I'm talking limbs specifically, like arms, legs, like yeah, parts of their body. Yeah, absolutely.
That's because the kind of just goes for headshots.
I mean, fair. He wants
body shots too. I mean, Whitebeard chest. Hello.
He targets the vitals.
He's trying to kill you, basically.
Yeah, Whitebeard goes for kill. Whitebeard or not Whitebeard. Kind of just goes for kill shots. He doesn't really fuck around.
But I mean, okay, but even still though, like I still feel like, regardless of the limbs that Kainu does, like he's still not doing what Emu's doing. But Emu just like, I just trying to figure out what the hell's going on with his Honebami sword. But either way, Honebami torso.
Yeah, the bone eater.
Yeah. That's the thing that's kind of getting me with the power wise overall. I'm not surprised that Gabon did what he did in terms of power, and so in the grand scheme of things, because he is tough though. I want to say that he performed better than I don't know. See, because like, the thing was like his performance compared to let's say people like Loki and Luffy's where things get tricky too. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
his
very,
performance
very
looks better. It,
I
it
think
way
just
looks
better. But at the same time, it's like, is he stronger than Loki and Luffy? It's like, no.
No,
no,
I wouldn't say so.
it's just an output thing. This is, I think we talked about this years ago, Cole. All this does is this emphasizes still the same thing we saw with Garp and the same thing we saw with Zoro, which is no matter what your like physical condition is, like for Garp obviously old and beat up, Zoro was like broken everything. Characters in One Piece can still output like basically max level hockey.
Yeah.
And that's
Sure.
what Gabon, because Zoro obviously did that against Kaido
Hmm.
when he pulled out Ashura despite being fucked beyond repair.
Hmm.
And then obviously Garp was able to do it in Beehive for a little bit there.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
no,
this
I'm not
is just
denying that.
Gabon.
Yeah.
Yes, this is just Gabon doing the same thing. And I've seen so many stupid people talk about Gabon as I will say right now firmly, anything you've seen Gabon do in this arc really can do, if not better.
I would say
in the same context, if really had to do some almighty mass hockey release type of attack, really would do something like this, if not better. Not leagues better or anything, but potentially better. But really could do at least this minimum.
But do you think it would be the same outcome with Rayleigh?
Potentially.
Yeah. No, it is. It's same thing, bro. Rayleigh's not.
Yeah.
I think Rayleigh is Scopper essentially.
Gabon,
I think that he gets all limb cut off everything. Same thing.
All Gabon is doing right here, and this is why some people are getting mad about it. All this does is further link the parallels of Rayleigh and Gabon to Zoro and Sanji, to where they're both relatively equal. There's pros and cons to both in their fighting styles and their stats. Now,
yeah, sure. But like the thing about it is the ultimate is that, but that's not the issue. Like, the issue is people are like putting Gabon like over like Loki and Luffy now. It's like, oh shit.
Oh, Cole, I've seen people put Gabon over Kaido.
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, shit like that. Yeah.
These people don't know how to
these are the One Piece tourists that live too much in the moment, that they see a good attack against anybody, and it is immediately assumed it's the strongest attack in the show. Like,
yeah, I mean, I just have to assume though.
It's getting tiresome every fight that happens now.
It's like the only reason why it's weird because the problem now though is just the fact that Luffy is just not performing to the same level as Luffy as Loki or Gabon. That's the issue, and it's like it just feels like even though Luffy was coming into this fight with way more energy than he normally would have in that Gear 5 form, the most we've ever seen before. So it's like that's why it throws people off, and I can understand why, because it's kind of throwing off too. It's like, like this is this is kind of crazy.
I think there's a reasonable explanation for that, though, and it's just that because it's Joy Boy, because it's a form that Emu knows, because we see a difference. Emu knows Joy Boy and the squirrel.
Yeah.
But when he sees the squirrel, when he sees Radagast, he kind of treats it, or like Ragnar, he kind of treats it like an old friend he hasn't seen in a while.
Yeah,
like
with Loki,
he wants to put him,
Ragnar,
he wants to defeat him, but he's also being a little bit more playful about it, a little bit more nostalgic about it. With Joy Boy, it's I know this form and I hate you. So the level of intensity that Emu was willing to step up into his bag to fight Luffy is, I think, just a different league than how he's willing to fight Loki.
Can I bring up a point?
What?
Circle back to Gabon's speech to Luffy. I kind of want to bring up 2 points here. One, on Luffy's side, I do think his devil fruit is also quite a cause as to why he's being more goofy than usual, because throughout the story, Luffy has been goofy. However, when he's been in fights, like really all or nothing dragged out fights, his goofiness is really not there. Like, think back when he started using Gear 4, he wasn't cracking jokes, he wasn't making, all these funny little, shapes and everything. It was Black Mamba. It was
serious.
It was very intense. I think as soon as he got this form and fully brung out the power of this devil fruit, as we know, zone devil fruits kind of have a little bit of will of their own, and I think that will is what's affecting Luffy to an extent, where it's making him more free. It's like it's just amplifying his normal goofy free self, what we normally see like when he sees a new island or even when some people attack, have crazy attacks, he'll sometimes be mid-fight and go, "Oh, that's cool." I think his double fruit is kind of bringing that out, and it's just like extending that to a degree. And as far as like Gabon's take on it, I think he's also a little disappointed because Shanks is. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is not the first time he's run into Shanks. I'm pretty sure Shanks has talked about um, Luffy a lot. So when he finally meets him and he had that test, he was like, "Okay, I think this kid's got it." But then when the back's against the wall, it's time to knuckle down, and he sees Luffy not locking like he should. He feels like, okay, wait a minute, this isn't kind of what I was expecting. I was expecting a person who fully like was stepping into Roger's destiny, so to speak. Because again, he even says he's the one he's waiting for. So I think a little disappointment kind of comes into play there. And I think it would be even more disappointing if he knew Rayleigh trained him. I don't think he knows that Rayleigh trained him.
I mean, to
He
be fair,
may not.
we said Rayleigh trained him. Rayleigh put him on an island, told him some shit,
Well,
and then had Luffy
guided
figured out
him.
with the animals.
Yeah, well, like guided him, so to speak. So I think if he knew that, his disappointment probably would have been a bit more.
Yeah, because the training lasted, the time skip lasted for like 2 years, but Rayleigh only really trained Luffy in the last 6 months. Like the first year and a half was just surviving for Skynet.
Yeah,
Pretty
it was
much.
something like that. But he trained him mostly in hockey, right? Like that was the thing. He learned hockey, and then everything else he had to do himself. Like I think it was like 6 months. He had 6 months for hockey training, and the rest just have fun, and then train the animals.
Yeah.
But so when he was on his Tarzan journey, Rayleigh wasn't really there doing what he wanted to do. But outside of that, though, he did learn hockey from Rayleigh. Just like Rayleigh didn't teach him things like critical mass hockey. He taught him Conquerors, Vision Armor. That was it.
No, it was
He didn't teach him Future Sight. He didn't teach him Yo hockey.
Yeah.
Like he didn't teach him critical
thing.
mass.
He wasn't ready.
Yeah, Luffy
wasn't ready.
Luffy got the basics and then was explained by Rayleigh that there are levels beyond the basics and he has to basically get there on his own because it takes time and training.
Yeah.
And I think also everyone's different too.
Yeah, the only thing that Luffy learned that we know now, obviously, in hindsight, is that we know that Luffy also developed Gear 4 during his training, but he wasn't confident in using it until he was forced to against Dofi, basically.
Yeah, that was the
because
first time.
he needed something to beat Dofi, and that was the last thing in his bag.
Yeah, it was a last resort type of deal. Yeah, pretty much.
But I mean, obviously, in terms of the Gear 5, though, it's like I would say that there's more to Gear 5 that he has, of course, all you yet to tap into.
Oh, yeah,
that's what I'm really. Yeah, I mean, what else is there? Like, I think that there's a key situation where Gabon knows what's going on with his power way more so than Luffy himself knows. That's why I think the key reason why he had that speech, you could argue, is to either A, stall, and or B, to coach him like he's doing with Zoro and Sanji on how to use his shit, or like what, or like there's more to do, but he has to make sure that he's actually focused on task at hand. Like maybe Luffy did underestimate like what it means to be Pirate King, but again, going to the fight, he wasn't actually lowballing Emu at all. It's just that he didn't understand the gravity of how powerful Emu was, but Gabon does, because Gabon, he understands what Emu is. He was there at the very end. He saw Laugh Tale. He knows what's what.
Wait, that's the thing, Gabon. This is I know that's something that people aren't talking about as much. This is an interesting thing for the story of the show. Like, regardless of like the feats and everything, the actual narrative that people I think are missing here is this is Emu talking to someone who's actually seen the One Piece.
Yes. He knows the world.
Gabon knows who Joy Boy is. He knows who Emu is, and he knows what happened 800 years ago.
Right, and then he knows knows that he reminds him of Joy Boy, and so he's what the fuck. So he sees him as an actual threat, and so because of that, it's okay. Shit. Obviously, since you're a threat, I have to take him out now. So that's what he tries to kill Luffy almost immediately at that point in time. Once Gabon, starts to do the yap, but he does also glaze Gabon too. Where he does that crazy move. Like, okay, yeah, like you're part of the Pirate King's crew. Like, this is to be expected.
Not to mention he censored Roger's name from Gold D to Gold. There's also
Right,
that.
that too.
Now
Yeah,
we,
that
now
too.
we
Yeah,
know
that
that's confirmed.
that too.
Yes.
Right, that too.
Yeah, that
So it's
call
like,
came straight from Emu.
Yo,
yeah,
his
so
hatred for like the D clan goes deep.
Yeah, that's
yeah. Oh,
hilarious.
yeah.
Obviously, yes.
He was like, "Man, a Pirate King is cool, but it had to be a D. Come on."
Yeah,
The void,
this is,
tell you
this is
that void century flashback's gonna hit.
yeah. This either traces back either to Joy Boy or to Davy Jones. It has to be one of
It's
those.
gonna.
Two.
It's looking like it's. I know people hate the comparison. It looks like it's gonna be a Hashirama Madara type situation where Emu and Joy Boy were friends, and they had a very bitter split up for X number of reasons.
Yeah, it's possible. For
Yeah,
sure.
I'm starting to think. I'm
you can
starting
see
to
how they
think
were.
Davy
You
Jones
see their
is
friends.
a
They're
major part of
friends.
that. Because
Davy Jones
even he
or
like,
Lily. Davy Jones and or Lily.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm thinking come the end of One Piece, like Emu is going to be like in the Hall of Fame of like the biggest haters in fiction. Most likely.
There was a theory that someone said before that I do like, where like maybe essentially Emu was like the Usopp of the crew back then, and then they had a falling out like what we saw in Water 7, but they never made amends, and so Emu, because of that falling out, Emu wind up going to the other 20 kings as a means of revenge against Joy Boy and company because they had differences in opinion. Because during the fighting, Emu talks about the idea of domination, and then he always refers to like Joy Boy in that sense of domination and rulership. So it could have been like a disagreement about how they wanted to rule or they had wanted to dominate other people, whereas Joy Boy didn't, but Emu did. And so that's something that you see, I think, in the first part of the fight with Loki, where where Emu zones out on that point about domination, and then he starts yelling like when his mouth gets hella wide. Like that's what he talks about the whole thing about Joy Boy and domination. So it's like it's like why would he talk about that? Why would domination matter to Joy Boy? It's like why does that matter? So I think there's probably some thing about rulership that mattered between the two, but they had differences there. That fell off.
I think it's less of an Usopp thing. It's more like a situation with like Douglas Bullet, where he was a prominent member of the crew, like he was strong, but he was not the top of the food chain. He was probably like a prominent member of the group. Maybe kind of like
or it could be a combination of both.
It could be a combination of both, yes.
The domination bit goes with like the king aspect in hockey as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, without question. Yeah, because like Joe Boy's hockey had no malice at all to anybody that was an ally, but Emu's hockey has nothing but malice. It's oppressive, it's forced, it's harsh.
It only targets those that are specifically against them. Like when it comes to good and neutral people, it doesn't affect them. It doesn't affect
maybe like that domination bit goes more in stem to like how the world works and like how life operates in One Piece. Maybe there's like something there that they know more than it just being like basically like dominating over someone. It probably goes deeper than that.
That's why I mentioned like the idea is like, let's say there was an actual crew or niche of people for let's say the Ancient Kingdom, and Emu was a part of that Ancient Kingdom system back in the day. Let's say they had a conglomerate of people like the Stryads, where they come from all walks of life. But the reason why I say the Usopp of the crew, or let's say the Ancient Kingdom at that point in time, is because Usopp had an actual physical falling out with Luffy. They had a issue with terms together, and then they fought over that. Like they actually had like a fight over that shit. Sanji didn't have that with Luffy per se, outside let's say trying to help him. And, they didn't fight because Luffy didn't fight him, and then Robin just left, and they had to go rescue her. Whole situation here was like
the most direct case of like
right. Like Usopp actually fought against Luffy because he did so for what he thought was for the benefit of Mary and the crew.
That is still the hardest Usopp has ever fought in the series, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Usopp's best moment in the entire series. Still,
it's one of his. Maybe argue the best one.
I would say it's the Luffy versus Usopp in Water 7 is still the best Usopp moment. And if I'm on the arguing, I think it's probably top 10 moments of One Piece still.
It could be. Yeah, I'm not dying. That.
I wouldn't go that far, but
it
would be probably top 20. I would say.
Yeah. But the issue though is that like okay, so if you want to let's say a step further, you can argue just like through in terms of like leadership or how it's viewed. Like maybe Emu was second in command and Joy was primary in command. And then in the case of Shroud Crew, Usopp is technically the vice captain of the crew. Now, whether you want to believe that or not, it's up to you. Doesn't matter. But you can argue in terms of leadership too. It's like a similar situation here, where like again, you had a falling out, but it's the bad story, it's the bad end, and they just couldn't make amends like the same way they could at the end of Water 7. And then so once that happens, there has to be a sort of there's nothing that's stopping Emu from trying to eradicate or to create his ideal of domination and conquest, where Jorah was probably that stopgap prior to. Now, maybe this also ties into, let's say, World 1. If Emu's origins come from World 1, if let's say he's the Void that came from, let's say, the Hellfire Serpent, who the hell knows? But Emu's nature seems to be that of actual domination. Because otherwise, think about it. It's like, why would someone like Emu, who says that demons are the most purest and the best form of life or humanity, how would he be in lockstep with someone like Joy Boy? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Like, at what point in time, like, how did that happen? You know, like, where was that falling out? You know,
Or it could be even worse, Cole, where he's probably was a being of domination, and just like how Luffy has this ability, maybe Joy Boy changed him, and he started, probably thinking a different way, and then, the bad ending happens, and he just he just turns back, but it's even worse now.
Yeah, he got radicalized.
How about this?
Pretty much.
What if Emu was the captain of the crew? Joy Boy was second in command.
That's also possible.
And then wait.
Hold on, maybe it's like a Band of the Hawks type situation where everyone was buddy. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna go too far and say that.
So Lothus Casca, he's Griffith and Guts is okay.
I'm not gonna use Casca as an example. I'm just gonna say, I'm not gonna go full Eclipse, but maybe Emu was the leader. Joy Boy was like, the best friend because he's a little more lackadaisical, and Emu had an ambition. And then everything changed when Emu got his fruit.
That's an interesting idea, but didn't they say Joy Boy was the first pirate?
I mean,
well, sure, but maybe he got labeled a pirate because he left the group. Maybe they're called pirates because they deserted the ambition.
Okay, so let's say that's why. Wait, no, wait, hold on. But that's okay. If they're involved with the Ancient Kingdom, the one that's like mega powerful back in the past, that Emu wouldn't have a 20 kingdom revolt, or like he wouldn't have 20 kingdoms that allied together against them. It's like he led the other 20 kingdoms. So, and he's from the Rona. So you think that, okay, whatever he was doing probably involved in the Rona. And then Joy Boy was the one that was defending / leading the Ancient Kingdom, not the other way around. Because if Joy Boy was the pirate, then that kingdom probably is associated with pirates, because it wasn't a bad thing back then to be the pirate, you could argue, or the first pirate.
Well, remember, you're also coming at this from the perspective of what we know celestial dragons are now. They could have been something completely different 800 years ago.
Well, no, they didn't exist. Because remember, they were just 20 random countries, as far as you understand, that had like guys that all teamed together.
Okay, yeah. That's what I mean. So Emu wanting to dominate them isn't as far-fetched because they didn't have power at the time.
Those 20 kingdoms, or you mean the Ancient Kingdom?
No, the 20 that came together.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. But I think that he had the idea of domination because I think he evolved the Ancient Kingdom. Because my guess here is that the Ancient Kingdom they were the most powerful kingdom at that point in time, the most advanced country at that point in time, more advanced even Egget Island with, let's say, an ancient power source, right? Let's say the Eternal Flame. Emu probably wanted to use that power to subjugate people because he saw that the world was probably fucked in many respects. And so he wanted to use that power to literally take control of the world because the way he viewed the world was in his point of view superior. Joy probably disagreed with that shit. And I was like, no. We have to give people probably freedom and let folks actually rule and do what they want to do in their own countries, because obviously us being the world leaders and, dictating law is against the values of freedom that I value. So my guess is that they probably had that altercation, that fight, because Emu saw that there was so many bad things that are going on, and he wanted to control the world because he wanted to probably alleviate those bad things. So you can argue that both Emu and Joy Boy had very similar intentions, but how they got there was very different, right? Yeah, and of course, the road tells pay with good intentions.
Yeah, it pretty much reminds me of like Emu basically pulled a Megatron, like peace through tyranny. That's basically what he did, and Joy Boy was Optimus.
Ha!
Yeah, it pretty much goes back to that trope.
I'm done saving you. Drops him. Okay.
Where does like the
Exactly.
hatred for like the D clan play into this? Because that's also a factor. It's not just like I don't think he just hates like Joy Boy for just being like who he is. I think it also has to do with like a trait that comes with the D clan itself that he
It could be.
dislikes.
Yeah,
Or it could be the fact with, you know, King Davy, who's the king of the ancient kingdom.
Yeah, we need to wait because we need more information about that. We need more
It's
context.
like the way I think of it is like Emu is like Frieza and like the D clan is like the Saiyans. Whatever reason he hates him is like there has to be like a specific trait that they have.
Was there a D clan back then, or is the D clan something that came out as a result of what happened back then? Because I feel like if that's the case, because let's say, for example, the D clan could just be people that lived in the ancient kingdom, and then they start to propagate throughout the entire world as a means of carrying the legacy of Joy Boy throughout generations. And so he hates that because he doesn't want the fucking D clan to propagate what he despises about Joy Boy. Like, because what is it? Like, love and hatred are probably they're two sides of the same coin. He loved Joy Boy at one point in time because Joy Boy and him saw eye to eye in many respects. But after they had their falling out, he hated Joy Boy, and then that Joy Boy stands for the D Clan represents. So he's like, fuck that shit. Like, I can't believe the D Clan is gonna be able. Like, I try to snuff them out, and every time I try to snuff them out, they just keep on coming back like fucking cockroaches every time. Like the raid's not working, the traps aren't working, the fucking the like all the shit, all the chemicals I have across the entire world, all my control is not working. The roaches are still there, so it probably makes him pretty mad.
It was not that just Joy Boy, it was Lily as well, because Lily was a D herself.
Right, and then Lily betrayed Emu. So that's the one. Like, was it always a thing? Like, okay, like let's say, for example, let's say if you want to go back to World 1, make things juicy here. What if Emu was actually the Hellfire Serpent, or he was the Earth God at that point in time, and then went to hibernation because of the fight against the Sun God Nika, and then the D Clan is a byproduct of those that worship the original Sun God Nika they had to fight against for X, Y, and Z reasons. And so it actually stems from that shit. Or maybe back in, let's say, 100 years ago, he didn't know that Joe was a member of the D Clan up until, let's say, that was real at some point later on in their history together. And then they had that falling out because he was a D Clan. So it kind of, I guess, depends on where the D Clan originates from, right? I suppose.
Yeah, it depends.
That's what I think. It really depends on where the D Clan falls into like this history of 800 years or prior to that.
Yeah. We need to.
Well, it's
know
interesting.
More. Yeah, we need to know more about Joy Boy, Davy Jones, Emu, and Lily. Those four in particular. I guess a few others as well, like Dozan and Sasa. We also need to know more about them.
Yeah, there's probably going to be more, like at least a couple more from that time that we're going to hear about.
But I mean, okay, shit. Because I'm not so wondering, like, were they all D Clan? Like, was Dozan also D Clan? Was Zaza D Clan?
Very hard to say. Very hard to say. We have very little information about that.
Yeah.
I mean, right now we think Zaza was another quote unquote god. So
no, I'm thinking that Zaza was Lily's power back in the day. I would say.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because she's the most prominent female figure of the Void Century so far.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Zaza kind of looks like Lily.
Well, that and Poseidon, the mermaid princess back then, and also you can argue Toki, because Toki just comes from that time.
Like the Nefertari have everything to do with water, like Lily, Titi, Vivi, and Zaza is literally a
Titi?
water element.
Am I going or am I gooning?
No, Titi was Vivi's mother.
Titty?
Yes.
I don't know if it's pronounced titty, but like
yes,
it's probably
like you pronounce Nefertiti. Yes.
Wait, hold on.
Nefertiti.
Is it Nefertiti? Oh shit. Okay, I thought it was TT. Like
I think it might be pronounced TT.
Am I gooning? Okay, I'm gooning. All right, fair enough. All right. I swear to God. But hold up. Okay, real quick. Okay, let me
You don't think that
parry
I'm
that.
pulling things out of my ass, do you? No,
Over
I'm
here
not.
No, no,
gooned
no, no, no,
out.
no. Okay. Real quick. X Kinney, much of the 7 months to Prime. Yo, Cole, I have a bumper for you. Oh, more than a decade ago, you introduced us to a peak manga called Red Storm. Now you don't talk about it. Oh, fuck, Red Storm. Oh, that show's fire. Red Storm, I used to cover on the channel. Yeah, for sure. But I changed the trajectory of the channel, so that's what I don't talk about anymore. But I do for the main, I guess for this channel for Cole Requiem, I will get back into web comics. But I do know that the one story I do want to read, Peerless Dad, has a connection to Red Storm. So I do want to read that for sure on stream.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does good. All right, good. But that but I read it through completion. The dragons just keep on. Oh, I thought it was weird too that Red Storm was a colored story and then changed to a black and white story. It was kind of weird too. I was what the fuck's going on there. But it was fire. It was for sure fire. When I went to South Korea, I actually wanted to get Red Storm comics, and then I couldn't find any. It was sad. All right,
Pretty sure you can find it on eBay.
You probably could
Like,
actually.
if you-
That show was dope
No,
as fuck.
no, you don't need to do that anymore.
Wait, what?
Shueisha
Hello?
actually-
Whoa!
I guess something got sucked
happened to
away.
you?
Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
He
Got snatched.
he got crows, bro. He went to a vortex.
he said, wait.
Yeah, what happened there?
Oh, fair enough. No, I was just going to say like Shueisha released like recently like something called Manga Million, which is like free.
Mhm.
So I guess
Oh.
you could cover that in like news. Let me actually post the site.
I know,
so that
I
you
know
can-
what you're talking about, Scale, but there's some controversy behind that.
No,
right now.
I'm just saying because I think that would be very
Manga Millie?
Yeah, Manga Million.
Okay.
It's something that's official. Like it's pretty much their own form of piracy, but it's like legal piracy. Like they're just
What the fuck
offering
is legal
like
piracy?
You're not doing it like a good job explaining what it is.
Yeah, I know what's going on.
Just
Yeah.
by calling it that.
let me look it up actually. Hold on.
It's Jack Sparrow, but you work for the East Indian trading company.
Pretty much yeah. Me
Like in the meantime,
I actually
we have a
wanted to
donation
ask you
from
something.
real
Oh,
quick,
go
a
ahead.
donation from Ruba Dubs again, much over their $5 says, don't overlook how quickly Emu dealt with Luffy. He didn't have the time to adapt to Emu at all. Time to kill? So what? Because Luffy just didn't have much time because Emu wasn't fucking around, he was more malicious, therefore Luffy just didn't have. Look, okay. I understand. I get it, right? Like Luffy's performance is kind of weak out of 3 so far. I get it. I don't know if that matters that much for the power scaling though, which sounds crazy, but Gabon is just able to showcase more because Oda's allowing that to happen. Not only that, but Emu's coughing up blood because he's definitely feeling the timer now. You can see that in real time. And also on top of that, Gabon is someone that Emu doesn't have that much malice towards. Whereas Luffy, he does because Luffy reminds him of Joy Boy. So once he's allowed to actually have a chance to really go all out, then we'll see that. But I don't want to hear people say that this Luffy, like he was holding back, because Luffy wasn't holding back. You can see he wasn't holding back off rip. It's just that Luffy, in terms of his power, maybe was overconfident and he got caught because he was overconfident. Maybe, right? That's as far as I'll go for, let's say, him slacking. But he was definitely going all out.
I think Luffy just like read his hockey level and didn't think of anything else besides like the level that he was at.
Like one thing too is that, and it is annoying as fuck. Oda has to do a better depiction of this hockey shit. There are times it's like, yo, is he using hockey or not, bro? Like I don't know what's going on. And it's like, for me, it's like if Gabon told Luffy to be mindful of using hockey, and we only see Luffy use like one genie.
Bro, every
hockey
attack
punch,
should
like,
be fucking ACOG with
That's
it.
what I'm saying,
like,
bro. Like that's what I'm saying. It's fucking annoying the shit out of me, bro. Like
I
Oda's
think
depiction
specifically
sucks to this day.
Luffy, like Luffy has that specific problem because like when he does other characters, like when they fight, I don't think they have that problem. Like Loki, you don't really talk about having that problem. You don't talk about Gabon having that problem. It's only Luffy.
Yeah, it could be like a specific flaw from him, for sure.
Like even the small sparks, put on the fucking fist. Like Gabon has the small sparks on his axes. Do the same for Luffy.
Yeah. When,
Every
when
panel.
he did that slash on Summers back then too, we were talking about that. How like he's maybe using like a specific application of it because they were like tiny to halt the regeneration.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Futan Raku. I think that was the name of the attack. I have a question for you, Cole. When it comes to
Okay.
like the Gabon losing his left arm, do you think that Chopper alone can reattach this, or do you think that Lilith has to
It
be
depends.
involved?
Yeah, because I
Okay,
thought about
fair
that
enough.
too. Because with Chopper before, the reason why you could attach them was that they were clean cuts. I don't know if the Bone Eater is a clean cut. That's where I think it depends. Like if it actually was a clean cut, sure. But if it wasn't a clean cut, that means that we need to have. So let's say the thing actually does erode the bone from inside out, then it probably we need a whole new limb to grow. So it's either or.
Or
But
you
I
need
can't
that,
see him as
or
arm
you
back.
need that section of the arm to be like reconstructed. So like new
Sure, yeah.
muscles, bones, ligaments, tendons, the whole king caboodle. Yeah, pretty much.
Wait, Red Storm is still going on? Dead ass? I thought it was over. I saw the finale. What the fuck?
I saw it end. That's
That's
funny.
No,
what the
I think
fuck?
he's
Yeah, what?
talking. I think he's talking about it going through like Peerless Dad, the connection.
Oh, maybe yeah. Because Peerless Dad, I know that's like that has a connection to the Red Storm, as far as I understand. But I haven't read it yet.
Yeah.
Still going on? What the fuck? Oh, okay, maybe it is.
I think it
It's
has
dead
to do
ass going
because, like,
on. How? Okay.
like I'm thinking it's like more of like a multiverse kind of situation that's going on, where like he's trying to expand the universe.
They were setting it up because like we were
Well, we
following other
love our
characters that were like
multiverses.
chosen ones too, that were
Yes.
like across the world, across dimensions, that were trying to fight against the crazy hordes of monsters. But
Yeah.
outside of that, I didn't see anything else that was really it's still going on.
That is very common. Also, Cole, I found
Yes.
the link to Manga Million. I posted on the Garden, specifically the one for English, because there are
Okay,
for
so
like
what is
over
this?
100 languages. Pretty much like apparently a service that Shueisha is offering like for free. Like you can just access this site and you can just go read manga. Pretty much.
Really?
Yes. Like an official thing, and apparently the reason it's called Manga Million is because it has over 1 million like translated like
Wait, so Shueisha just
stuff.
has all these mangas you can read for free on Manga Million?
Yeah, the only caveat is that because localizers were fucking up, it's mostly AI translated, but that's the only caveat.
Wait. Shueisha is backing AI translations of all the Wait, wait, hold on. Are you sure this is official?
Yeah, this sounds weird. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
No,
Shueisha is backing. Shueisha is allowing AI utilization of transitions. Are you sure?
It's not just any AI. It's a specific company that is doing that. But it's like
yeah, but they're still using
no.
AI.
I understand that, which is why I say that it's a
What is
caveat.
Manga Million? Anyone, anywhere in the world can enjoy for free, no registration required. Discover a total of 1 million pages of manga translated into over 100 languages. This is Manga Million, the journey of enjoying manga, updated August 8th. This is
Yeah,
official?
I'll send a link in
is
the garden
this is official.
because like there is a tweet explaining like the AI bit kind of.
Yeah. I know.
I
This is
just thought that it would be important for you to know about this school in case piracy really does come to an end. At least there is a place for like
Yeah,
No,
there's
sure,
some
but like
controversy that's surrounding it right now.
yeah, because like
bit.
this to me is kind of like because normally what we do is like you have to pay for services like One Manga or Viz Media to read the chapter content, and you pay for that on a yearly basis, and then
But like
you get access to like a set library that they have available, and they have actual translators that go through it to translate themselves. And now you're telling me actually, Shueisha also backs up a massive library of over 1 million series, and they use AI to help translate in all languages. Like,
Think about it.
Shueisha?
The
Shueisha.
reason why, like, it was obvious that Shueisha is gonna head to this route because, like, they're trying to target the piracy stuff.
Yeah,
that's
sure,
going
of course,
on with
but
manga.
Shueisha?
There-
AI?
there's also the fact that a lot of localizers have been fucking up, and a lot of people are complaining that like in different languages, whenever you have the subtitles, is completely different from the original meaning. So it's like there's a lot of agenda in like the localizers.
Yeah, localization.
Sure.
Yeah, that is, so this
One
is their
Piece, Hunter,
attempt to
Hunter,
like
Naruto, Jujutsu Kaisen.
yeah, this is their attempt to like make it as clean as possible, like stay as faithful to like the Japanese meaning, the original, as possible.
And this is free.
Yes, it's completely free. You can just go there and you can just
Yeah, there's
go.
you don't-
You don't need a registration. You don't need anything. You can just
You don't need
can
an
Other
just
ways to
account,
read
you're
more.
good.
Read on Manga Plus by Shueisha. With Manga Plus Shueisha. Hold on. Time out. Wait. Other ways to read more. No, wait, hold on. Are we sure? Because I just checked Gantz, and let's say the latest chapter is 34. They're using...
not all. Not, they're still updating the site, so it doesn't have everything just yet. But it's like for most sites, you can just go there and it's just even shows you like the orientation of like for new fans. You can just read from like left to right,
Hell yeah.
or no, from right to left. My bad.
Fuck these localizers.
Yeah,
It's
fuck the
just fucking
localizers.
crazy.
We
It
don't
is.
hate localizers enough.
So...
This
Hey,
is
wait.
insane.
And they're using AI to actually produce the translations. Let me see this. Hold on. It's actually kind of crazy. Hold on. Let me see this.
Yeah, I
what
posted
link to
another
me?
link that kind of explains it. It's on Twitter. It's a Twitter link. Of like
Yeah,
Wow.
it's on
Because
the.
normally
it's on
there's
the
a... Because obviously in the arts community, there's a huge disdain for AI utilization in almost anything when it involves art. But now
sure.
you're saying, Schwartz is saying, fuck it. They're just like, we're going to use AI to translate not only all these things in English, but every language.
It's
And-
an
It's 'cause
ongoing
it's 'cause
problem in
localization
translation.
still
Like,
lost
the
in
translation
space?
confusion.
Localizers keep Americanizing fucking manga and ruining in jokes or changing context of stories. They're fucking tired
Yeah.
of it.
Because America is the country that matters the most in the world. Duh. Now, Manga Plus editor-in-chief Shohei Hosono confirmed no AI was used in translations, and he hopes this initiative helps... Wait, hold on. What? Wait. Huh?
No, read
they're
through
saying
it.
that, but yet they're using it. He's like
What?
calling
What?
Yo, what is he
Yeah.
talking about then?
Whoa! What's happening?
This is crazy.
Wait, hold on. There's
He's
the reading
quoting.
context
He's
here.
quoting the
they're-
guy, but he's like
Maybe
saying,
they're
well,
using
well,
AI
well.
for a rough translation and then
Yeah,
putting it in their
there's
own
a
words
specific.
themselves kind of a
But
thing.
he's still
There's
using
a
AI then.
specific. No, there's specific company like Filter Japan.
Believe me, outside
Like that, the
Yeah,
Folio
scale
is a. Go ahead.
It's in the link. Like Cole's looking.
No,
at it right now.
no,
You guys
no.
all know
One
Wait,
Piece translation. Wait. So One Piece translation credits. Translation company translator is letterer. Okay, sure. And then we have.
no, letter is another. A
No,
translation company is the people who
I'm
run
just going through it
everything. No, the letter is just the person who writes all the text down in the boxes. That's not
Okay,
a person.
Shit. Oh, really? I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fair enough.
because
Okay, no, no.
Revan
just
put me
a
on game
role.
for this because he. I mean, we all know what Revan does in his spare time.
Yeah,
True.
yeah.
Ishizulu.
It takes whenever you translate, there is like, even though no matter what you do, whether it's normal manga, hentai, doesn't matter. There is like you do have to edit text boxes because sometimes people put effects in text boxes. So you gotta erase all that shit, put in the actual translation, and then actually put back in the effects. So it's a whole process.
Yes, sure. Yeah. So this is Filto Japan Inc. Filto Japan Inc. across the board. Filto Japan Inc. Filto product across the board, and then it's Filto create a world beyond language barriers. A leader in AI live translation solutions and multilingual digital data construction. Filto. Okay, so the company that the translations, the lettering, the editing for each languages. This is some sort of Russian, Slovenia. I don't know. I'm not Russian. I don't know. But you can see it's all Filto Japan Inc. Filto Japan Inc.
Well, it's it's Slovakian. The top is just straight up. I mean, you should. That's fucking Zulus. That's Africa. Parts of Africa.
But they're using AI. So like the Philto company uses, they say AI live translation. And then you have Manga Plus. Oh, I guess they're I guess they're quoting. So Manga Plus editor in chief, which okay, that's a quote. So Donut's like, well, look at this shit. All right, we have the Uncle Ruckus. Well, and then we have anime.
I'm sure it's much easier to use AI for Zulu than it is to find someone who knows both Zulu and Japanese.
Yo, don't say that. Don't say that because people get tired. You know how people feel AI, dude. You know how they feel.
No, it's not about whether or not those people read manga. It's that I got to imagine the Venn diagram of people who know Zulu fluently and the people who know Japanese fluently is very small.
So let me this whole thing, right? Sure. Anime Corner. Official Shueisha has launched Manga Million. A new so this is actually official. A new, well, maybe I don't know if I go to Anime Corner, but whatever.
I told you.
Yeah. Official. Shueisha has launched Manga Million, a new digital manga platform offering a total of 1 million pages, not 1 million manga. 1 million pages of manga translated into over 100 languages. Free, no account or registration required, which is insane. Nearly 400 titles, of which 300 are translated for the first time. Over 150 titles for our shoujo. Okay, sure. Featuring chapters like from hits like One Piece, Hunter x Hunter, Oshinoko, and so on and so forth, right? In the interview with Anime Corner, full interview releasing later today, Manga Plus editor-in-chief Suhei Hosono confirmed no AI was used in translation, and he hopes this initiative helps combat piracy. And then there's a reader says this, the reader context. Translations in Manga Million are credited to Philto Japan Inc., a company that provides AI-powered translation solutions. So, okay, so the company themselves, like, they use AI to translate it. And they're translating all these different, 100 or 1 million pages so far of manga content. So they are using AI. Which I think it's fine if it's a way to pirate, if it's accurate, if it's actually good. The question is good.
The
good side of it is like
they're basically saying it's in. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're essentially getting around the people who specifically localize to insert a specific agenda that they have.
Yeah.
Essentially, but like the bad thing is like there's also people that are localizers that are trying to be faithful to what the original manga has said.
Cole. Here's the real test. Look through this chapter. See if they put Zoro or Zolo.
Yeah. Let me see. I was gonna do it. Because I saw the text here, and like they have the woo effect behind the shit that got cut by Mihawk. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, this is kind of good. Let me see here. Do they call him Zoro or do they call him Zolo? Let's see here.
Sister Nami.
It's him. Be careful. Zolo. That's official.
Damn, my brother Zolo. He still has the L. Poor guy.
He has Zolo.
Yayo.
That's official. Brother Zolo.
This is just the beginning, of course. This is just a rough draft, like a blueprint.
So
like they're just trying this out.
They're using AI now. And it's not only because, mind you, it's going to grow to like, if they're going to have 4 channels now, they're going to have way more in the future from like all different types. It's just, well, they said shoujo too. Are they only specifically Shueisha, or will they also have things like Kodansha? Will they also have,
so far it
looks like
Shueisha.
Yeah, because the two prominent shoujos that they even have advertised on the banner, which I'll say right now, I think deserve far more fucking exposure. They're showing Nana and Kimi no Todoke.
Okay, so the question is, will this actually be able to be? Because of course, right now we have chapter 50 for One Piece, right? They still have like 1,100 more to go.
Yeah, but, because they just started. Yes.
Right, they just started. So when they catch up, like, will they be able to do it every Sunday using AI translations, and so they could be more on top of the latest pieces officially? Because there are some series where they are kind of like, no, they're not behind per se, but like, I don't know how many languages they have these things translated into. Because so like, remember back in the day,
wait and see, unfortunately.
Yeah, we wait and see, right? Because like, I remember back in the day when they had Alpha was a Shonen Alpha, and then it was like a whole thing between Manga Stream, where Manga Stream had to shut down their site and stop doing shonens because they got contacted from Shueisha that or Viz, and that they had to stop doing content. However, because certain countries like Belgium, because I remember like the Drosche had this issue too. Belgium couldn't get access to the official site. They had no access to that shit. So it's just a way to fix that, where can every country across the entire world has a connection getting access to the site for free.
Yeah, that's the idea, because it is anonymous and you can translate it.
Yo, the ads on this are going to be fucking diabolical.
I can imagine. Yes.
It's gonna be crazy.
The one thing that I'm worried about is like when they release the chapters, I wonder how scuffed the translations are going to be, just because how they need to release it as fast as possible.
But cats say that. But cats say that they're already scuffed as it is with translations. With the scan guys.
Oh yeah,
I mean, yeah.
That's the thing. The scan guys cover everything all the time.
Because like if they need a way to try and fight against online piracy, I think the only thing they can do is with AI. I swear to God. Damn,
it's the only thing that'd be fast enough, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's that's why I brought that up, Go. I thought it was like major news that you had to be aware of.
No, I'm here. And plus, also, like, the UI is kind of nice. It's not bad at all. Like, the way you read the chapter. I do want to zoom in. I can't zoom right now, which is sad. But the way
it's still in its infancy. Like, it's going to get better.
True. Like, look at like you see the dooms like over Mihawk. Like, you actually have it in Mihawk stylization too. Like, you have that's AI. Damn.
It is.
Wait. Check the Viz for comparison, because I don't know if it's different.
Let's check the
Viz. Like see if like the suffix and the text are different.
Chapter 50. Oh yeah. Oh man, this is not gonna be good. If this is actually the way they're gonna move forward, then translators are gonna have a hard time finding work, because the AI is going to be just.
They
kind of brought it on themselves, unfortunately.
Yeah, they brought it on themselves.
Have a good night. I gotta bounce.
All right, man.
Later. It's all right,
easy,
Mike.
bro.
Later.
Peace.
Oh, it's the same.
Yo, hold on. It's the same.
Yeah,
it's the same.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was kind of surprised because I wasn't expecting this from Shueisha. I really wasn't.
Hold on. So then, is the AI just taking what's already? Wait. Is the AI just taking like what's already there, or is it?
I don't know. You switching them back and forth, they are identical.
Yeah, they're identical.
I think they're just taking what they already have and putting it on the website, and I think they're gonna AI translate the new chapters probably.
Wait a minute. But they're not even close to those.
If anything, it's probably going to like they might like refine the image of like previous ones, or they might just post it the same. It's hard.
The thing
to
is
say.
though, like they just copied and pasted like what Viz had onto the other site though. Scale.
Wait, then where's the AI?
No, as far as I understand, the AI is going to be what is already done is going to be put in the site, and then the AI is going to begin for like new content. As far as I understand, like so far it's just like they're just putting stuff that is in their library to this site. So far, it's I don't think there is AI yet. So far, I think it's going to be AI for something that for stuff that hasn't been done yet.
Hold on, come on. This is extra weird then, because this site's free. You have to pay for this on Viz. I pay for this on Viz. Like, I can't get access to that unless I pay for it.
That's the weird thing, because I think
crazy.
they understand. I think that they understand that like there's like some pirate sites that are able to like rip the official chapters and just collect all of them over time. So like for example, like let's say there's like chapter 500 through 505. In like Viz, you can only see from like chapter 1, 2, and 3, and that skips to like the latest chapter.
Yeah,
but
pretty much.
On piracy sites, they have the collected the ones that are behind the paywall already.
Brother,
because like
this kills
collecting it.
So then this kills Viz Media.
I'm not sure really.
If they have every chapter available for free on this site on Manga Million, and then for Viz you have to pay for it, I mean, there's no question who's going to win that.
I mean, it depends on how on because there are people who are going to avoid this site just because it's AI. So I don't think that Viz
But the
Media is
AI
going
is
to
coming
shut
later.
down.
Like right now, it's like I'm going back to back, page to page, and if the AI is going to be applicable later on, then there's
Yeah,
no reason to
so
use
far it's
Viz
just
because they're using the
reposting
Viz
of
chapters for their site anyway.
yeah. It so far it's just reposting of existing content. So far,
But that's behind a paywall.
Yeah, that's behind the paywall.
yeah, but
The
but
Viz is
that,
behind the paywall. So
yeah,
right here is
Manga Million
free.
is
This is
free.
behind the paywall.
Yeah.
Free
But that's
paywall.
the skill. That's the
Free
problem.
paywall. This is
You're
the
not
paywall one.
Yeah,
No, I
you're not
understand
understanding that. You're not understanding that like people who already paid for Viz, like they got essentially now they just threw that out for free. For
that.
Like
No,
mind you, all you have to do is
understand
wait,
that.
pay
and
for
then
it.
like they'll get there.
I understand that. I understand that. But it's
Like
like,
I thought the AI was editing every single chapter from scratch, and then
No,
they
no,
would
no.
be different
That was-
chapters.
that wasn't the case. What is already done is done. There's no modification to the original. It's more so transcribing from the library just to Manga Million. That's basically what they're doing.
So they're just taking the content that's already there on Viz and they're putting it on their site for free. And then in the future, they will use AI to update and translate instead of actually having people that they hire. So they're gonna say fuck their hires, essentially. They can kick rocks.
This is more so to combat localization that you like unemploy people. I feel like because
But I think
also
won't it
it's-
unemploy people as a result though?
it will, but it's like the backlash. Like the localizers kind of brought this upon themselves because
Yeah,
they were
but like, hold on, Scale. You're misunderstanding. It's not like you're generalizing localizers as a whole when it could be just like a select few that do have
No,
agendas and they're
I do
inserting it.
I do understand
Yeah.
that. I do understand. I'm not saying that this is without its cons. Like everything has cons and pros. I do understand that.
Yeah. It's just like a localization problem where like there's some people that are trying to be faithful to the thing that they're translating, and there's other people who are specifically using it as like a way to ingrain their agenda, whatever it may be.
Bro,
And that's
I
like
can't
the
get
big problem.
I understand why they're doing it, and it makes sense why they're doing it. I'm just fucking shocked that it's actually the paywall content that you have to pay
That's-
for on Viz or on the one manga site, and it's just for free now. It's just here it is. Like that's what's getting me. Like it's bar for bar the same. There's no changes, nothing. It's crazy.
I told you this was major news.
I think the reason why they did that is because they know like people on pirate sites just rip the
Yeah.
Viz stuff anyway.
But the fact
So
Also-
they're like
it feels like to me like in a way they have to take the L on all of the sites that they've already had the content for before and make it for free because you're not beating free.
Yeah, because if it's free, it's available to everyone. Like most people can't afford to pay Viz Media. Or at
Nah,
least
it's cap.
many
Come on,
can't.
it's hella cheap. Visme's like
No,
what,
no,
$10 a year or something?
I'm saying for those that can't afford or for those that do not want to pay, there you go. There's Manga Million.
this is just
That's
reminding me of like the NFT situation all over again. Like people are selling images and then like there's people that out there just screenshot the image and just take it for free. It's just like that.
I mean, this was bound to happen eventually. Whether it was now or later, it was inevitable. I feel like.
Yeah, $4 a month. Yeah, sure, yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is inevitable, but like, okay, so I guess what they're saying here ultimately is like when AI is being used, it's like no, it's not being. Well, yeah, like Filto, they do use AI for transitions, but they're not using it yet because right now they're using the back catalog of content they already have. They're posting on the site. In the future, they will, or maybe they're prepping that now, but they haven't used that at all. Yeah, they're still behind on every fucking
Yeah.
chapter, of course. Like I think Bleach only has
They're probably waiting until they
like
can
30 or 50.
refine. They probably are waiting until they can refine their shit until it's like acceptable. When it comes to like standards, they're probably like screening through this shit until it's like optimized.
Oh. What's
At
this?
least that's what I would think they are doing.
Oh wow. Okay, so I got to Bleach, and Bleach has 25 in English, but they haven't gone 26 to 43 in English yet. So you can read it in other languages. So I can read this. Let's say another. Let me see if I go to Espanol. Do you have an Espanol? Espanol, senor. Okay, they don't have chapter 20 in Spanish, which is weird. 26 is okay. They don't have that. Wait, the languages are not that much though. They have Dutch, they have English, they have Hindi, they have Portuguese, Russian, hold on, wait.
Specifically Brazilian Portuguese, not the Portuguese from Portugal yet.
Okay.
It's mainly like the top
Korean.
10 most talked languages in the world.
Vietnamese.
so
Okay, that's
far.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Or some of the
Okay.
most popular. Yes.
So they are working on it. They are gonna
Yes.
try and get it done. You can. When was this site created?
I think it was like a few days ago.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
it was like at the
Yeah.
beginning of this month. I think it was this week, if I'm not mistaken.
But I have never ever heard of this. Well, to be fair, yeah, it's been a few days, 2 days, I guess, or 3 days. But like,
Yeah, it has been. It literally just happened.
but even through the grapevine, I've not heard shit about this being a thing. Like they're gonna utilize an AI site, have everything available for you online for free. Fuck the current paywalls. You want to read, so we'll update everything. So you now maybe in the future, for example, they're building up to where this site is gonna run massive ads unless you pay. You know, like let's say you know, like with
I don't
Netflix, you
think
have
that's
the
gonna
ad
happen.
tier, then you have the. I think it's gonna happen. Otherwise,
Yeah,
how they make money?
That could definitely be
You're gonna get
foreseeable in the future.
advertisements for body pillows and Tanga eggs.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, no question, bro.
But it's like what you don't
The mouse
know,
pads with the big
Cole,
titties for sure, 100%.
Yeah, what you don't.
I
hear,
don't think
like,
they will. I don't think they will go that far.
your Discord got you covered, bro. Like your community got you covered. If you don't know about something, someone will bring it up.
No, I appreciate that.
eventually. Yeah.
Appreciate
Yo,
that.
if they don't,
like-
if they
but like
don't
what I'm saying, though,
curate
is,
those
like-
ads, it's going to be a problem.
Okay, like for example, like what they may do, because I think they're gonna try and avoid ad block. So like what they may do is, let's say you go to Naruto, and let's say you want to read Naruto. What they may do is that if you want to read Naruto chapter, I don't know, like let's say chapter 25, they may have an in screen ad. So as you roll through the chapter, ad commercial Spider-Man, boom, right there, right? Like some shit like that. So they have an ad inside the chapter read through itself. Maybe something like that.
Mid chapter
May-
is crazy.
may-
Like
if-
yeah, like
if- if
mid
this-
chapter, boom, ad.
If this
What's up?
remains
What-
ad free,
wouldn't
this is insane. If the
wouldn't it-
remains
wouldn't-
ad free, yeah.
Bro, you can really
Wouldn't
tell
it
that
just
early
push people
Kishimoto was
out?
inspired by Togashi, bro.
Cole, but like if
What?
they do that, it's gonna push people out of the website because they're gonna be like,
No.
bro, it shows ads, man. They're gonna just get off and go to
No,
like,
no,
a
no, no,
pirate
no, no,
site.
no, 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 no.
No, because there'll be an ad block for it.
Well, I mean, that book maybe be able to beat that one, but the two is like they have all these languages. Like if they can utilize AI right, then they'll have more languages translated for every country than
Right.
even the
I
scan
think-
sites. And then
I think
three
that's
too
the
is that
whole-
like it's beyond the paywall, where the paywall. Like, so think about it, right? It's like I think a lot of
That's-
folks read official more content than you would think. A lot of folks don't like going to scan sites that often. They want to use official content whenever they can, more often than not.
That's the real crux of this. I think people are overlooking. It's not so much that they're using AI. It's that this is giving them a way to, because I got to imagine the infrastructure and logistics of translating normally into 100+ languages can't be conducive to business.
No.
AI allows them to do that because,
Yes.
again, like I said, you got to find people who are fluent in those languages who can translate, who are willing to do the job. Translating manga is a long job, especially when you
Yeah, it would
have a
take too
series
long.
that's
Of
long.
Of course.
It's an
It would take too
investment.
long.
Not-
Translating, then editing,
Exactly.
letters, cleaners, all that kind. Yeah, of course. But if
Yeah,
AI can
exactly.
do all that, if you can take all those jobs and just have AI literally do the entire thing for you,
just
your
speedrunning through it.
uptime, your uptime for production is vastly more improved. Now, obviously, you have to have someone to look over the AI itself, make sure everything's clean. But at the same time, you can also have AI check AI itself. I don't know how this company works in terms of their structure, Filto, but if they could have their like layers of AI, like check the AI itself, and even still, if there's an issue, they can just fix it in post pretty easily.
Yeah, that's why I thought that it was relevant to bring up, because it's like this is something that Shueisha should have done a long time ago, and I feel
Wow.
like this is going to be followed by other enterprises. Like I feel like Kodansha is going to do that as well as like a few others.
I feel like
My
this
thing
is
is
going
like
to be oh, go ahead.
I'm like
Go ahead.
I'm thinking like how, because I'm thinking like even if they do that, like how are they gonna avoid people who just rip like the official stuff and put it onto like a
They can't.
like
They
their
can't,
own-
so they're not going to
pretty
try.
much
That's why
like-
they're doing
Right,
this.
yeah,
Same thing.
exactly. It's like they can't, because think about it, it's like AI got to the point, because the reason they couldn't do it before is because AI hasn't improved to the point. Like over the past 3 years, AI has dramatically improved across the board. Like AI is way better now than it was back then, and it feels like okay, they can't stop the guys that rip the content. What they can do is that they can raise the official player, or like raise the official viewership of their content, because not everything is gonna be for free. One, so you have to pay for a massive backlog. Two is that they can have it in languages that the scan guys can't have it in. Like I don't know if they do Thai or like Russian or other obscure languages that quickly, where they do where they will be able to have that with the AI in the future. So you have more languages essentially. And then also too, people just I think feel more comfortable. Like there is a lack of, at least I'll say in general sense, whether it's anime, whether it's like manga. Look at, let's say, sites like Netflix. People watch anime on Netflix on a regular basis. Like shit, Sakamoto Days season 2 was one of the most watched shows on Netflix, and it was like a week behind when it comes to the scan version or the
That's
pretty
ass.
much.
but still they watch a lot on Netflix. So it's like, come on,
Yeah, fair enough. But with this, they're going to be trying to like keep up with like real time, and obviously it's going to take some time for them to get there. But the point is, like, this is a decision from the company that I feel like it's a step in the right direction if it is done properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is the
Like
step in the right direction.
like right here in
but,
chat,
like,
Sakuna says he found One Piece through Netflix. So it's like,
I'm just like thinking like, how long will this last before like piracy just evolves again and then just eclipses it?
But that's the thing, though.
Wait and see game.
But that's the thing, though. How do you piracy something that's already free and available? Like it makes no sense at that point.
They
The whole reason
don't
piracy.
need
The whole reason piracy
Like-
exists is for things that cost money or are restrictive to obtain. If something's
Like, I'm
free
thinking-
and out there in the open, there's nothing to pirate.
But like the thing is though, like you have like for example, like you have Netflix, right? But like there are anime sites that have like better layouts, for example, that their
Yeah, there are plenty
site
of them.
overall
Yeah.
the site conditions overall in a better, it's more accessible. Like you have
But then
more
you're just
features
taking extra steps to do something that you can already do for an aesthetic choice.
and then
It's
mind
not
you,
about an
most laymen
availability-
they don't
It's not about an
actually go to these
availability
sites.
choice.
Like most laymen, they don't go to these sites. Most laymen, when they watch a story, they watch it on Netflix, they watch it on Amazon, they watch it on Hulu, they watch it on like sites that are official for the most part. More often than not, people don't go out of their way to see other obscure sites like Anify or High Anime. They don't use those sites more often than not. Some people do, of course, but I think again, when you look at the numbers, a lot of folks actually want to use the official shit. Like more often than not. So that's why it's like if it's available and it's for free, I think that's the key thing here. So like. The only difference here is going to be either A, quality, and or B, speed. Where the scan sites will have, let's say they come out on Friday, let's say for One Piece chapters, and then the official comes out on Sunday, right? Now, the real kicker is this. If they could actually increase the speed, let's say, for example, they change it from Sunday to Saturday. I mean, fuck. Now you're only a day behind the scan guys. Like, then what's really the point? Then what, like, does it really matter now? To go to a scan site as like sketchy ass ads versus you go to the official site, boom, and it's free.
As a business, that's exactly how you should be thinking. Yes, exactly. because again, the damage that the piracy has done to them
This is a
is already
crazy
done.
move.
That like they can't get back, but they can prevent losing further. That's what they can try and do.
Ooh, and then also too, what if there's something where they can have a donation system that goes to the author themselves? Because obviously, as someone that loves the story, let's say the story that you like, that you want to see like that's more successful, they could have an option per series where okay, if you like this story, you can donate to the author directly via this site, and then let's say you can go to them, or let's say you can do things like that sort. So okay, I love let's say X, Y, Z, and you see like let's say Bleach Hellog, right? I love Kubo. Bleach Hellog is happening. There's a paywall since it's official site. They can do let's say a donation system to let's say the author himself via the site, and then so now you know that the money's or like it's a way of also
Do,
supporting
like,
the content creator
Q&As
or the
and
author
stuff?
in some way.
Do like
I mean,
Q&As and stuff.
we kind of
Maybe Q&As,
There's
maybe
like
donations.
systems that have been that had like similar
Yeah, but on the
similar
scan sites.
functions and thought though. No, I'm saying like in general, but like it didn't like always like reach like the author, you know, because like there's probably like middleware regardless in there.
Sure, but I'm just saying that like in the future they could have something established for that too in order to incentivize more support, because you want to have a system in place to where you want to gain the audience that is already at the scan sites. So how do you do that? You do things that they can't do, and one way you can do that is to have actual direct fan support to the mangakas themselves via the site. This is an official site. Of course, the color that would go, let's say, go Shueisha. But if Shueisha is more business minded, they could do something like that too. Because now you know, hey, you love this series. People are donating to this series and to this author via the site, and so it increases their uptime as well.
Yeah, and it's easy money. Easy money.
Now I don't know how they feel about ads in Japan and things like this because this is a Japanese focused site. But if they really want to have ads in there too, their ads could be a lot more integrated and a lot more wholesome than the shit you see in fucking scan sites. Scan sites are
As far as I understand, Japan doesn't really have that many ads.
It's more overall like Eastern countries don't have really an issue.
Japanese websites have ads, but they're more. It's more like you would see on forum websites where they're on the sidebars.
Fuck Mashima. Don't even start.
Have pop-up ads, which is the big thing. Pop-up ads are still a huge thing over here in the West.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Oh, this is a crazy deal. This is a crazy situation right now. This is a whole game changer. Because it feels like for the first time, Shueisha's fighting back and fighting back in a actual, well thought out, long-term plan that may actually for the first time work. Like this could genuinely kill a lot of scan sites just because it's official.
I personally believe I don't think it's going to do that.
Long time coming, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's like
because the thing about it, it's like legally
time.
Also too. Legally, they also have the onus, and you see because it's not just. I think for like the last decade, it was very hard for them to fight against scan sites. But now that China and Korea are in the game, they're also tracking down these dudes too. Like Korea is brutal. Korea, they don't give a flying fuck. They will come at you with pure hostility. They're like, yo, we see anything down. It goes down quickly. And then China, go ahead.
What it became is more like scan sites, stuff like that. They're a holdover from the old era where they were needed because it was so hard to find. Think about it. I will say this right now. At least 50 to 80% of people in the West who read Naruto have not read the official. We've all read Manga Panda or fucking Databayo translations and shit like that.
Box.
None of us read the fucking officials because they weren't readily available. We used scan sites, that's all we had. And I remember, I'm old enough that I remember watching Naruto in 3 parts on YouTube. Fucking. But nowadays, manga is more available. There's a paywall to a lot of stuff, but they're trying to make it more available. And that's when the scan sites are starting to lose their edge. And like I said, this is so monumental because I feel like this should have happened years ago. But for whatever reason, I think Japan and the way manga was done was still at a point where they weren't too sure whether or not it would work. But I think now, after all this time, they're realizing that because manga and anime is becoming far more mainstream. You have influences and biases within translators and localizers that have been constantly coming to their attention recently, of people changing authors' intent, changing plot points that they just don't like or they find problematic. And I would imagine also, it's a business at the end of the day. I got to imagine the cost-cutting measures of doing this in mass with AI it's still probably going to cost money, but in the long run, it's probably far cheaper than finding translators and stuff who can do all these different languages and in a speedy enough time to where it would matter.
The problem is that you do turn off a lot of the purists out there that just don't fuck with AI at all. That is going to be without a question.
Oh, no, I understand that, but unfortunately, outside of an Avenger level fucking intervention, there's nothing we can do to stop AI, unfortunately.
I agree.
I'm not saying we should bend the knee.
That's what it is, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not saying we have some Age Ultra type shit going on. Like now we're on some we all have to submit to the AI will on some matrix shit. No, but at the same time, it's like if you want the official shit to actually be more successful, AI is going to be a part of that because there's just too many scan sites out there. But that's how they're fighting back.
Yeah, I'm definitely not saying bend the knee and just accept AI. Don't still. But but unfortunately, when it comes to AI, and we're seeing it a little bit right now with the data centers, we do have to pick our battles a lot more. AI for fucking manga translations, this is small potatoes. Don't worry about this for now.
Yeah.
We got bigger shit to worry about when it comes to AI usage.
I think it's going to be more in the more similar light with like the .com bubble. It's probably going to be in that manner.
It's possible.
Where like AI translations are going to still remain. It's going to be like a thing because it's going to be like it's like one of the new additions that comes with the internet.
Yeah,
that's going to just stay.
There's also another positive to this because it's an official site, it can't be taken down at random.
Yes, that's a problem that people have. Yeah, like it can't be taken down, so people can. You don't have to worry about your shit being taken down. Now it does come down also to the quality of the translations. If the quality of the translation sucks, that's going to be an issue that they have to tackle, obviously.
But
it depends on,
one of the things I'm thinking.
Well, that's going to be a. That's going to be
it's going to be like
Sorry, go.
One at a time.
So, like, what I'm essentially like, what I'm thinking is like, even though like all of this like AI translation and like the availability is going to be like a good thing, I think just newfound problems are going to emerge where like people are going to just take advantage of that and just pivot towards like improving on those issues that they like established with this new system.
That's fair. But at the same time, I feel like one of the biggest problems was already solved, and that's the paywall. Like, this is free. I think that alone is going to just warrant so much viewership anyway, because because it is free, and because people really want to, I think, really follow the official content through those means. I think that's enough. Like, okay, they have issues. Let's say where the translations are not as good. Let's say there's issues sometimes where the let's say they get the wrong translation, or let's say that the texts are put in the wrong way. That's possible, but that already is the case with the scan guys as it is. Like, there's already problems as it. Like, how many times do you have to look at fucking what's his face Sandman on All Park say, okay, they got this wrong. Actually, it's this entirely. It's like, how many times do I see that? It's like a lot, like a lot.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
I don't know, man. I think we are seeing the actual this is the beginning of this could be the beginning of the end of the scan sites. Honest to God.
As far as marketing goes, this is a master strike. At least the idea is. Like, now the execution, that's what's going to matter.
What were you gonna say? Like, I was talking, and then you were gonna say something afterwards.
I forget now. It is what it is.
Okay.
Wow. The paywall's gone. I just can't believe it. That's fucking. Well, it's slowly being deteriorated.
Yeah. It's the evolution is beginning. Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
Yo.
All right. Okay.
What's up, Brandon?
What's up, Brandon? How you doing, bro? Okay. Real quick though. You get some donations real quick. Shadow. What's y'all take on people gonna say that Prime Rayleigh or Gabon can beat Prime Kaido, since it's more likely They have better Conqueror's Haki infusion and critical mass than Kaido, since you think Haki transcends all.
Bond already admitted he wasn't going to Wano because Kaido was there, bro. Leave it at that.
The
Yeah,
thing
just
is,
leave it
though,
at that.
Wing, he said that because he's old. I don't know if he would say the same thing if he was young.
Kaido didn't say that. I mean, Gabon didn't say that because he's old. Gabon said that he take it at face value when other characters say certain things,
Yeah.
and you like said character. Just because it's a character you don't like, such as Kaido, and he's there, Greenbaw already said he's the deterrent himself.
Yeah, Aramaki said it, the Elder said it, Gabon said it.
I don't know why it's a complicated issue for people to accept.
Yeah,
Hey,
just respect Kaido. Just respect Kaido.
like, I don't care if you like
it
the
makes
man or
sense.
not personally, but
It makes sense.
like his strength is admirable. Like, I don't see too many people in this story that can just be like, "Hey, I'm here. What you gonna do about?" Like Big Mom and Kaido was, "Hey, Kanawano. All right, I'm finna kill you, old hag. Oh, you finna. All right, let's do this." And the Marines, oh my God, they don't even care that we're listening. They're that strong. They said, "What you gonna do?"
Now, to be fair, I think Kaido does have the critical mass stuff. I just think he didn't use it.
Critical mass Haki is a powerful move for Haki for sure, without question. But at the same time, there are other moves that are just as strong or not stronger. It just depends on the person, right?
Tiers of power, like
It's like this right here is not matching like the Flame Drum Dragon. Like, come on,
no,
bro. Like, hello,
no,
like,
not even close. It's not
yeah,
even close. Yeah. Oh,
like, you know, like
Also,
Noted.
like it's been like noted like time and time again, like the Haki is effective against Emu specifically because of like what he is.
oh yeah,
They're
actually,
using
there's a
Haki in
theory. There's a theory that someone told me too that I like a lot during my stream. Is that actually Gabon is forcefully putting Emu down to the lower area so he gets weaker because
because
closer to
it's
the water.
closer to the lower
Yeah.
world, but there's also symbolism because Emu's a devil, he's going to the underworld. There's
That
also
is
symbolism there.
true. I like that. I like that idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
It'd be
Realm
like
of
tied to like
realm of the
the
dead, realm of hell. Yeah. Go
it'd
ahead.
be
Woody,
like
go.
tied to like the sea stuff. Because like the more he's closer to like the ocean or more submerged, like let's say if he was like in Impel Down, would that hurt him more? Because like he's in the
I
depth of
think
the
so.
ocean.
Yeah.
Probably.
If
or
if
he
it's
was,
sea related, yeah.
yeah, if he's at sea level even while on land, or if he's underground, he's probably much more affected than he is if he is on the surface world but like high up. Like probably if he was in the heaven realm on Elbaf, he probably wouldn't be as affected as the sun realm or the underworld.
Yeah,
most likely.
But I would just say for overall for Gabon and Rayleigh in their primes, I don't think they're ever beating Kaido or Big Mom. Keep it stacked. But
No.
they're
Obviously
strong.
not. Obviously not. They would put up a good fight, but they would lose. Eventually, they would lose.
Is it high extreme diff, Cole?
Oh yeah, yeah, but they're still losing though.
I'm tending more towards high def.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, high extreme, yeah, that's fair. But I just feel like the situation that involves what's going on right now with Emu and again, Emu is stamina depleted. Like you can see during this fight, he's coughing up blood just out of nowhere. So his stamina is running out because he's been here.
His threshold is approaching. Yes.
Right. So Gabon does that to his advantage. But again, like Gabon, he's more dialed in terms of like how to perform against Emu because he knows about Emu and that kind of shit, and also his Haki games is on point. But also, again, it's like this right here. Let's say what we're seeing with the Gabon and these crazy like Haki bolt cuts. Luffy can't do that yet. He doesn't understand how to use his Haki in that manner. Like Gabon has better understanding of how to use his abilities better than Luffy does. So Luffy has to figure that shit out. But Luffy still I think is stronger than Gabon even now, and I think that Luffy's still weaker than Kaido Big Mom. So it's like
No, absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, do you think the Haki is like a specific trait to Gabon? Because like the reason why it cuts is because his Haki trait is like built towards that way. Because like
yes, you're saying
yeah, because his whole thing is
go ahead.
cutting because he's an axe wielder.
Huh. Using Odin though. What about Odin?
No, I was gonna say because like Oda noted
no.
that. Yeah,
Zebek.
you noted that like Zebek had like blunt damage with his hockey, like
Yeah, it felt more
explosive,
like
similar to like a cannon. Because
yeah, it
like
felt more
which
like a
makes me think.
bludgeoning.
Yes, you're right.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah, so
but
I'm
see,
thinking.
but that was a sword technique that he used on. So he had hockey on top of his sword technique that was more blunt force damage. That's why part of me wants to really say that with Gaban, he's actually making air cuts and he's making, and so like those bolts are actually just air cuts. But the way it's drawn, it feels like he's actually just attacking with bolts that cut. So it's a different context of using how to use hockey, which is that's why it's so confusing to me when it comes to the attack.
It's almost like key blasts.
Yes,
basically.
but they cut, which is like what the fuck.
Yeah, like
the
destructo disc. It's
yeah.
basically that.
So Kamudo.
You know what
here,
it
so
is? It's like when Kefla was powering up and she like threw those like red lightning bolts that go.
Oh, those
and they started...
those things. Yeah.
They were initially discs. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of when it happened.
Like you can argue that. Like I think the safest bet here, like the safest bet for Gaban, is to say, okay, what he's actually doing is that he's just doing air cuts as per usual, but he's stacking a ton of hockey on the air cuts, so it seems like they're bolts of lightning.
Yeah, the potency is
cutting.
increasing.
Right.
Exactly.
So you could argue it's just that, and what it looks like it's the most cutting. But in reality, they're just air cuts, like let's say the same as Kaido's slashes, but they have a lot of hockey on them. Maybe. But but if it is the bolts themselves that cut, then I don't know if that relates to the Wi-Fi hockey, like where like the hockey itself is doing like the tangible, something that's very tangible and substantive. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
I said this before, Cole, and during your phone call, I said that it's possible that hockey is so flexible that it can be customized depending on the individual, because some are going to do bludgeoning damage more, some are going to cutting damage more, so it might be unique to every person.
Right, but more often than not, the hockey itself is also what amplifies what's already there. So like use on top of a certain technique, a certain attack, like again with Garbage Galaxy Impact, right? It's the shockwave of the punch which amplifies with Conqueror's hockey. So like that's why it's like, but here, like having bolts themselves that can actually like cut is crazy.
Yeah, that's new. That's new.
Sure. If it's actually the case here. But again, it could just be like air custom, like what we see with the 8,000 slashes, the Grim Throng. That could just be what's going on there, but they're just bolts of lightning, and we change it up now. You know, who knows? It's crazy.
It's interesting that Gabon also has some an attack that has divine on it, because Roger has divine departure, now Scupper has divine gates. So it's interesting, like it goes back. Yeah, divine gates.
Okay, I like that. That's fire.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm pretty sure Rayleigh should have something like that. Yes.
That like you're able to do hockey blasts. Is that a thing now?
Well, to be fair, Kaido and Yamato already did that in Wano Country, where they had the Vajra arrow and the I forgot she had. Yeah. So like they had like these beams of like actual key beams of hockey that just fired off I think of their mouths. But
yeah, like in
case of Gaban, it's like he's that's what I want to say. Like he's actually just using critical mass hockey. He's using all of his hockey in a single burst, and is able to cut via his air cuts. But we just don't see air cuts. Like we don't see air, which is crazy. We don't see air cuts. Like what the fuck?
I think those slashing attack effects are the air cuts, like just the way that Oda depicted it. Like those white, like those white cones that he drew over Gaban's attack.
Also, this is extremely potent because we know that the treasure tree atom is like as thick and like as dense as metal. So it's like this is very impressive, also considering the scale of the attack.
Oh yeah, he cut through the entire branch, and I'm wondering if actually he was one that actually cut through that other branch, the one that Huygen Village. Maybe he was one cut.
It's possible. It's possible because again, his epithet is Mountaineer, so this is at the least like a mountain level attack. Like it could easily be like mountain range level.
In terms of scale, it's more than that.
No, I'm saying in terms of potency, in terms of scale.
Oh, in terms of potency? No, I think it's like probably like country.
Might be island to country level, maybe.
But like because like, you can see like the tree itself like falls onto the mountains, and the trees like density in the tree. And mind you, this is like a rotten tree branch, but it's still able to like destroy the mountains underneath it. So like the trees, like crazy shit. Um, but
And these are
again,
mega mountains.
yeah, I mean they're big. They are big
Yeah.
mountains for sure because they're bigger than the trees in Elbath. But
Yeah.
To me though, what gets me is that like obviously it's like the potency is where Emu has to like this to me is an attack that's of the same level or even better than that one Thorheim that Loki did on Emu because Emu requires his barrier. He used it 2 times against a bond. He used it for the first time when he had to block the Kamudo, and then he had to block that ball that came his way with that barrier of Omen. Then he does it a
Then
second
Grim
time when he has
Yes.
the Grim Throng. So he used it 2 times against Gabon in that flurry, and plus he cuts his arm off. So it's like Gabon has an insane showcase. Like it's better than fucking Luffy's or Loki's. It's for
No,
sure
I
better.
think it
I would
is
say- I
better
would say that
because
it
like
wouldn't be-
because like it gets through the barrier because like the hockey bolt when it lands on the barrier you could see that like he's bleeding indicating that the bolt did go through the barrier
Real
and
quick.
then the second time where he's blocking like you could see the shower of attacks landing onto his body meaning
Right.
I
that
would say-
it did get through the barrier.
That's what he's bleeding on the top side. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
on his head.
I would say Gabon's showcase overall is it's not as good as
1190.
Loki's because Loki lasted like several chapters against Emu, but it's better than what Luffy showcased so far, for sure.
Yeah, he's
Again,
had the
I
worst
would- I would
showcase,
Again,
which
I would
is
still
again,
argue just because Emu took Loki or Luffy way more seriously than these two.
yeah, that's the only thing because like he pulled out that sword of Vohu and so on, and he just stabbed him. Then he double tapped him with the whole frog rock. So it's like that. It's like so. I asked on Twitter too, like the other day or like, yesterday. I was like, "Yo, if Loki got stabbed with that same sword, would he also be immobilized too? Like, would he be in the same way, like that sword of Vohu?"
Probably.
And yeah, I think probably too, because that sword probably
It's
is
hard
the
to say
Odin
because
sword.
Loki is a monster in his own right.
Right,
and
it's like he
again-
is large. He is also a giant, so he has more lifespan.
Yeah.
But
Durability, endurance, and also the fact that
Like, here's-
go ahead, Twilight.
Yeah, sorry. Like here's this unsexy truth that people don't want to hear because they live too in the moment. Gabon is not stronger than Rayleigh. Rayleigh is still under Kizaru.
Yes, absolutely. That
I'll say that Gabon really are equally as strong, but yeah, put them also under Kizaru
Yeah.
too.
But that's the thing.
I-
People see
that's
that's the thing. People see this and instantly go Gabon beats an admiral.
Nah, he would put
Okay,
up a good fight.
would he be Isho or Aramaki?
Probably
That's
would
more
be
that's more debatable. But again, I
think
think
so
the
too.
reason why for that is because Kizaru we've known for longer and has more of
Yeah.
like
He's
standing
one
in the
of the
story.
original three.
Whereas,
yes.
whereas, no matter what you think about how I feel about the admirals and how Oda's used them, Fuji and Green Bull, especially Green Bull, have not been portrayed to the same level as the original three.
I would say if Scopper fought Borsalino, it's probably like a high diff, but with Aramaki or Isho, it might be extreme. More so with Aramaki because again, Isho I would say can handle like cutting and piercing attacks better. Like Aramaki is very susceptible to
Luffy. I would still say
slicing.
Yeah, like I've been
I would
I've been
say.
redoing, like I've been updating my top 30, and where do I have Gabon currently?
I mean, I've had Gabon in the top 20. Like I think
I have
had it in
I have
the-
Gabon currently at 22. Rayleigh's at 21. They're
Yeah.
just above Fuji at 23, but I think they can be interchangeable. And I think they're the cutoff before the
much hate around Luffy.
elders.
Oh, so you have the elders above the admirals.
Above Fuji and Green Bull specifically. Only because
Really?
the whole Conquerors hockey thing is a thing, unfortunately. Fuji and Green Bull probably don't have that. I give Kizaru a bit more leeway because, like I said, I believe the original three admirals definitely have a lot more portrayal and a lot more stake in the story. So obviously Kizaru, Kuzan, and Akainu are much higher.
Yeah.
I do, however,
Borsalino, Kuzan, and Sakazuki,
yeah, like
yes.
24 I have Green Bull, 23 I have Fuji, 22 I have Scopper, 21 I have Rayleigh, and then it's Jupiter 20, Marcus, Noshijuro, Top Man at 17, and then 16 I have Sengoku, Garp at 15, Sabo at 14, and then after that it's there's definitely some arguments here. I have, only because I don't know where he is, but I think this is his floor, I have Garling above Sabo and then it's Kizaru,
Falling
Aokiji.
above Sabo. Yeah.
Then it's
maybe.
it's Sabo, then
Okay.
Garling, then I have Kizaru, Kuzan, Akainu.
Okay, fair enough. Here's the thing: the top 30 at the end of the year is going to be interesting because I feel like a lot of people, like Elbeth, is going to change a lot of people's minds about several characters. I feel like
Again, I
Gabon
think
and Raised.
I think people live too much in the moment, and it's one of those things where it's also one of those things where we definitely have a problem here, which is a lot of people like to take the big mega panel at the end of, I forget what chapter it was, the one of the 12 people, the 4 admirals and
Yeah, the
4
12.
admirals and the 4 Yonko and Sabo, Kobe, shit like that.
Yeah.
And as much as all those 12 people are going to play major roles, that doesn't mean they're going to be the top 12 characters in the story, obviously.
Obviously not. Yes.
So like right now, just based off of portrayal, I have Loki and Shamrock over Akainu.
Loki
That
and
is-
Shamrock.
I wouldn't put Shamrock over Sakazuki, but I would put Loki over him.
I think
Just-
Shamrock's gonna end up. I think Shamrock's gonna end up being. Shamrock is gonna be what we wanted the Admirals to be,
I don't know about
or
that.
at least what we want Akainu to be.
We have to wait and see, honestly.
I think Akainu's over those guys. I agree with you. I think Kai's hella glazed. I think
Loki-
I want
Loki
Akainu
is-
to be high up. I just don't think the fact that he's destined to basically be a Sabo victim tells me that he's not going to be as high as we want.
no, Sabo's just gonna go match that level. Sabo's be top 5 coming in that story. Trust.
What top
Sure,
five?
but I
of
don't.
all
But I don't.
time?
But I don't think. But here's the thing: I don't think he has to be top 5 to beat Akainu, though.
No, I think he has to be.
I don't.
Nah, I think you're giving a Sakazuki way too much glaze gold.
Nah, I mean, Akainu, I think I have like in that same strat as like the other emperors of the sea. I think of Akainu like around Big Mom Kaido. Or
Hell no, he's not
yeah.
on their level. He's not on their level.
I think
I think
Akainu's gonna be
he is on
nasty.
their level.
I think
Oh, believe me, Cole.
I think that
I
I
hope
think
you're
that with
right. I
Akainu
hope
and
you're-
how he's portrayed by Oda himself. Like, yeah, obviously there are moments where, let's say, for example, like
I
you know,
hope you're
Kuma
right,
comes
Cole,
in
believe
with
me,
the
but I just don't see it
wait.
anymore.
Well, sure, but like I can see it clearly because I feel like when it comes to Kainu, yeah, there are moments where he doesn't look like all that good. Like for example, like when you have the situation with Kuma, but at the same time, it's like, well, every Emperor of the Sea or people don't have good showcases here and there. That happens all the damn time, right? Maybe Kizaru, Fujitora, Kaido, Big Mom, shit. You can argue like Ibu now, right? Like everyone has a thing where like they don't look that good, but it happens all the damn time in the story. I feel like ultimately speaking, like a Kainu, once Oda allows him to do what he wants to do at full power, he's gonna be probably gnarly. He's gonna probably be in that same strat as those guys.
If he allows him. If
I
he
hope you're
allows
right.
him.
Which
I
he will
hope
be
you're right at
allowed
the end.
to. I mean,
I hope
come in.
you're right
I mean,
at the end
it's
of the
Final
day.
Saga, guys. Like, come on, like it's Final Saga.
By
I mean,
the
to
way,
be
I
fair,
want- I want-
people in this chapter didn't expect Scopper to do much. I didn't expect Scopper to do this much.
No, neither did I.
definitely-
No. Neither did I. But at the same time, it's like even still, though, it's like like what is he doing ultimately to Imu? Stalling. No, it's a great stall. Don't get me wrong. It's a fantastic stall. And he saves Luffy in the process. But yeah, like and to be fair, I think the biggest thing after all that is that it's the glaze that Imu gives him. It's like like as especially of the Pirate King's crew. Like this is what I think you guys should be able to do. And it's fucking insanely powerful. Don't get me wrong.
By
I
the
do
way,
think, like, other characters in the future will get like similar showcases to like Gabon here that like we didn't expect them to do that
Like
much.
against Emo or against
No, like in general, like in order, like for example, like if Dragon had this kind of showcase against any random opponent, but like he does like the critical mass hockey or whatever, or like in a similar fashion,
Dragon would
and
have to fight
performing
someone
that
of
Dragon.
note.
people are gonna put him. People are gonna have him like higher because they didn't expect him to do that much.
No, Dragon
Plus-
has to fight someone of note.
That's the thing. Like my top 10 currently is Kuzan, Kainu, Loki, Shamrock, Mihawk, Dragon, Luffy, Teach, Shanks, Emu.
where's Loki? Did I hear
Oh.
Loki?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Loki's
he
at
po-
8. I said
Yeah,
I have Aokiji, Akainu at 9, Loki at 8, Shamrock at 7, Mihawk at 6, Dragon at 5, Luffy at 4, Teach at 3, Shanks at 2, Emu at 1.
Yeah, like I feel like because oh man, I hate this. I understand. Yes, Gaban had better showcase against Emu than Luffy did, but it's like it should be obvious that at least maybe not obvious. It should be. I think if you read the past arcs and so on, Luffy is stronger than Gaban. It's just that Luffy has not. Luffy got that. I'll just say that what Todd is probably correct. Where like Emu's aggression towards Luffy was dialed up to like 11 on a scale of 10.
Yeah.
Whereas with Loki and Gaban, not the same case.
I mean, you can see it. He's kind of joking around and like, my long time no see old friend when he's talking to Ragnar. Like it's a much different tone with how he fought Loki and Ragnar compared to how he saw Luffy.
Yeah. But I wouldn't put Luffy at 4 though. Like I think Luffy at 4 is way too high for Luffy.
Yeah, I think it at least for right now, it's way too high for Luffy. I have a question, Cole. Since we got a question in the recent SBS that Shiki is alive and he's 73, are you going to put Shiki on your list?
No. Even though I want to, no.
The problem is we don't know what Shiki looks like right now. We don't know if he's all fucking decrepit and fucked up. So like he's impossible still. Just because he's alive, it means okay, cool, he's alive. That's cool to know. We still have no idea how to scale him because we don't know what he looks like now.
Right. Like most I'll probably do for Shiki. Oh, not knows. I'll probably say that Shiki's probably on the same level at the least as Garp, but that's it. But even still, I won't scale him. I won't even.
Okay, fair.
I'd still put Boa above him for now until I knew more.
Fuck no.
No.
Because he's horny? Fuck no.
I just think Boa's gonna end
in general?
Up
come on.
I think Boa's gonna end up being strong later on.
I know, but what? I mean,
she's gonna be very integral in the final war, I would imagine.
Like she has hockey. I mean, I would assume so too. But I need to see her actually have some sort of Conqueror fusion into her, and then we'll see that. Oh,
she might.
I can use it.
Out of all the characters who have Conqueror's Hockey who have it from the old days, I have to imagine she's definitely going to be one of the ones who probably utilizes it in the final war.
Possibly. Like, so you're basically telling me you would only scale Shiki if he showed up in the manga. Basically,
it's not that he shows up. I got to know I got to know how he still is. We don't know his power, and we don't.
I'm saying if he showed up and he fought, would you scale him then?
Well, yeah, because I don't have the information at that point. But I got to know how he fights.
Okay, fair enough.
I can't just scale him based on how he was 50 years ago.
We know he fights based on like the movie context, but we don't know how his level of power now. That's I think the issue. Ultimately, I can make accusations, but I just don't know. You know.
Like, we don't know his level of power even in God Valley because like he was for the most part
he didn't do shit. Yeah,
around.
Like Oda, I think because Oda begrudgingly he always begrudgingly uses Shiki because he made a character so he has to, but he hates to find characters like the entire time. You know, he hates them, which is like whatever. But hey, there he is.
But the only thing that I could say about Shiki is that he's probably past his prime because he's in his 70s.
No, of course he is. Of course he is. It's like like in terms of like power, it's like I said. In terms of power, depending on how you view what happened back in the episode 0 where he fought against both Garbus and Goku, depending on how you view that, will dictate how powerful you think he is now. Because then the other older guys, like, is he like on that prime old man Whitebeard shit? Is he on the old man Garb shit? He's on the old man, Gaban and Rayleigh shit. I think it depends on the other old guys that you see in the story now. Roger. You try to gauge you try to gauge current Shiki based on the other old guys now. You know? Or the story
I would also throw in like Roger and Zebek, like their hypothetical older selves, based on how powerful they were in their primes. To like kind of like cross scale Shiki.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, man, shouts to Gaban. Gaban's just putting in work right now. Putting in so much.
Oh, Gabon showcase is excellent this chapter.
Yeah, it is. All right, real quick, some donations. We have Karn. Much of $5. Since Emu was shocked that Gaban knew about Joy Boy, does that mean that he might not be aware of the One Piece? He probably doesn't know about Laugh Tale.
No, I would say Emu knows about it.
He knows about it, but does he know what it is? That's the question. Does he know what it is?
Potentially. I think the problem may just be he doesn't know where it is.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That is fair.
He's probably aware of Lapdale. He's probably never been there though.
Because he's actively trying to keep people from getting to that. So he probably knows what it is. He doesn't know where it is.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yes. He may have at least an idea of what it holds.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I would. Gambino, much of the Gambino semi is crazy. Oh, he has the fucking this guy. How much of the yeah. You know who has his thumbnail as a fucking
Gambino.
Monster
yeah.
King Bambino, baby.
Yeah.
W Gambino.
Oh, stop. All right, we have $5.
Let's
I
not.
found
Let's
you.
not.
Gambino said you knew where the $5 was for. Stop it. Okay, we're done with that. And then also, you're doing it twice. Move on from the AI subject, or I'm back, or I'm banking tonight. What does it even mean, bro?
Eat cock.
Listen. All right, it was a good subject. All right. Oh, that kind of banking. Christ. All right. Blaze, what's your Twitch prime on your Twitch? You fucking these boys, bro. Donovan boy. All right, Karn, what's over the $5 super chat? Gabon hockey charging the attack, cut the tree. Also, do you think Emu stamina will get a debuff for falling that far, being closer to the surface? I think it's possible. Sure, absolutely. Why not? Yeah, I think it's possible.
The fact that Emu falls pisses me off, bro. He has fucking wings, bro. Just fly.
Nah, hockey suppression,
Fucking
bro.
so
Okay, wait.
Stupid.
If Gabon's hockey temporarily shut his shit down, then that's like even more glazed. But I don't know how far I want to go with this. Like, how far are we gonna go with this shit?
Yeah,
like,
I just think he just fly, Emu. You fucking stupid.
We'll find out next chapter. We'll find it out next.
Also,
chapter.
shots to Usopp with the hockey. He's improving. He knew it wasn't Luffy's hockey and knew someone strong. He knew. My boy's getting better. Good shit. I'm ready for it, bro. Like, bro, like if
Took him long
Usopp,
enough.
yeah, but listen, if Usopp plays the role against Emu, I'm ready for this shit. I'm hyped.
What is he gonna do?
Snipe.
Not a goddamn thing.
He's gonna snipe.
Oh, you have a better.
I think
Hyrule
it
has
was-
a better chance of hopping.
I think it was Brago who brought it up.
He's gonna
You know,
snipe.
people want Emu. People want Usopp to pick up the hammer. What if fucking Hydruden picks up Ragnar?
Yeah, he
He
probably will.
could, but
Maybe.
fuck that. Dude.
Because Hydruden's supposed to be kind of the Thor
Thor.
analog.
I mean, Loki's more like the Thor analog. I view Hyrule more like a.
Well, I just mean
potential beta
because
ray build.
his name is already Loki, you can make Hydruden the
No,
Thor,
no.
so he picks up the hammer next.
No, I was saying he would be more like Beta Ray Bill, like someone else who can pick up Mjolnir. So
Beta Ray Bill's his own person, though.
No, I know, but it's like he's also worthy. He's also considered worthy. That's what I
Also,
meant.
also Hydruden and Loki are half brother. Like, it just makes sense.
Fair enough.
Nah, because I don't think he'd be worthy. I mean, Ragnar already had a. I think that Usopp is gonna be worthy in some fucking stupid way. All right, that's what I think it's gonna be. Because only he can be like in some weird, like based on the lies too. Because obviously, let's say it won't be a thing where he actually lifts up the hammer, but it'll be like a bullshit lie. And then through that lie, it'll perceive as if he is lifting up the hammer, and it'll be like, oh shit, like Ragnar, what are you doing? Like,
I don't
hello?
know
Like,
about that. I think you
be
have
bullshit.
too high expectations for Usopp.
no, what do you mean? It's bro.
He's not. He's
There's
not Buggy,
always
bro.
gonna be some bullshit. He is. He literally is, bro. He pulls out the
Buggy-
dumbest shit and it works.
I've said before, the series will end with Buggy's headless body being on the empty throne.
Sure.
It's possible.
But
It's gonna happen.
Usopp will also have the most. Like, I'm confident that he's gonna have, without question, the second best by the entire crew. Usopp, easily. It's happening. Trust.
no, those are going
Yes,
to be
it's happening.
Sanji and Zoro.
No, it's not happening. No, Usopp's gonna have a. I think they're gonna probably be in the like high 3 billion berries, like somewhere around Mihawk shit. For Zoro and Sanji, Usopp's gonna be the 4 billions. He's gonna be like with Big Mom and Kaido. Trust.
No,
I would say
hell no.
I would
Hell
give
yeah.
you Usopp. Usopp might fuck around and have the 4th largest bounty.
No, he's gonna have the second.
Oh,
Like
that's
Usopp
the-
might have the highest bounty outside of the monster trio. Like he might. He
Ice
might
Captain the
eclipse
Stride
Jinbei more
Pirates.
than
God
Robin.
Usopp. Bounty
No,
4.5 billion berry. Looking crazy right
it's
promise
not gonna
I'm,
happen.
I'm starting to
It's not
think
gonna
that,
happen.
there. Hell yeah.
I'm starting to think that Heracles made a mistake, man.
What the y'all just surface level type shit Usopp, bro. Usopp is gonna be some it's gonna be crazy.
The best thing that I could see for Usopp instead of him doing Ragnar is kind of like we go the route where Usopp is worthy in the sense that he gets his own hammer, so it would be like maybe a reference to like Stormbreaker. We could do
Okay.
something like that.
Sure.
But it's like not Ragnar because the Ragnar is literally the Mjolnir of One Piece. Maybe he gets something similar.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I
Not
see you.
not as big, not as heavy, but it's like it would be it would have its own merit.
I can see that. Okay, that is fair. Just that. Okay. All right. All right. I had to do some mic adjustments. All right.
Just reminding you also, Cole, there's a weekly Shonen Jump break next week.
Yeah, I know, which is unfortunate because it felt like we've been having too many breaks as of late.
At least it's not an older break.
At least, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's tragic.
Yo, you didn't mention me a Hitsugaya.
All right, we're gonna move on from that because I'm not gonna entertain that. You know that. Fuck that shit, dude.
Oh boy.
You didn't mention me and Hitsugaya sucks, man.
Hold on, give me a second. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I was listening to a video I was recording for a because I need to get something better. Okay, real quick. Fuck the guy. He's trash. Everyone knows that. All right, we're doing that guy. We're gonna see him do some bullshit in Bleach. It's gonna be whatever, and we move off of that. We ain't gonna give him that much time. Trust.
By the way, Cole, are you going to consider doing a video on what I mentioned about?
Yeah. I think it's a good, I think it's a good subject.
Yeah.
All right, Ziz, much of the $10 on YouTube. Appreciate it. Word
Wait,
on the
where is
street
this?
is that this is top 30. The humble tax will return. We'll see, dude. We'll fucking see. Luffy, I think listen. I'll tell you right now, for my top 30, Luffy's not going to Gabon. You can trust me on that. And then finally we have Shadow over here, much off of the $20 says, do you think Diamond Versailles improves on hockey as much as you think? Besides physical strength, would that contradict hockey equals your willpower and Diamond versus your will to serve Emu so Zebek can do some semblance of solo sky split? Basically,
English,
he's
motherfucker,
saying,
do you speak it?
Yeah. So basically, what he's saying here is that does the Diamond Versailles also improve your hockey? And
Potentially. Unknown.
It's hard to say, or maybe it switches hockey to maki. It's possible.
Maybe.
I think it just boosts the overall hockey that they have in their storage to like a higher potency.
I would say no. Actually, no. Now I think about it, why didn't Emu just Diamond Versailles Gabon? Because that was something that people said before, like, okay, like he could Diamond Versailles anybody wanted to, right? But why not just Diamond Versailles Gabon?
I told you before, Cole, if it's related to the homeland, Gabon was not born on Elbaf.
Yeah, I want to see. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, like if it is actually like the homeland theory, then that means like he can't Diamond Versailles Gabon. And it works for people that live in there. Without Dory and Brogy were born on Elbaf as above it, therefore they could be Diamond Versailles. And then every above giant.
Valley.
Yeah, right. He's wrong. Right, he's wrong on Valley. So yeah, maybe he just can't do it on people because though to be fair, he did try to do it on Loki. He did try to do it on Luffy. Loki was born here, but it didn't work. And then Luffy tried it on Luffy too, but it didn't work there. So maybe the homeland theory is not,
probably the mythical Zoan protection.
Maybe, but then why not try against Gabon, who has none of that?
Because it might be the homeland thing. Because Gabon doesn't have a devil fruit, as far as we understand. So
but Luffy wasn't born here. But like he tried on Luffy. Luffy was not born here. So why try on Luffy despite not being on his homeland?
No, I'm just saying. Like Luffy was like doubly protected. Like he wasn't born here and he has a devil fruit. So it's like he's probably like 2 layers of protection against Nami Reversi.
Yeah, I don't see. That's the thing, though. It's like this is where I just feel like there's a good chance that in this form he can't do it, and it only applies whenever he's in that ghost or he's in that intangible form. Whenever he's like in the all black form, like he just can't do it whenever he's in this form, in this real power.
His ethereal or immaterial form.
Sure. Basically. Yeah. We want to call it. Yeah.
When he's in his corporeal, his physical self, he can't do it.
That's what I'm thinking right now. Because otherwise, why not do it? Just do it. Just like literally, just Diamond Versailles. Gabon. If he could have done, he should have done it already.
His powers have limitations, clearly.
Yeah, but I think that also his power sets are probably different from form to form. So his real power is this, of course, but whenever he's in that ethereal form, then he can Dime Reverse you. But even still, I'm wondering if he could have Dime Reverse Gabon in the first place at all. Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if he. Yeah, I'm starting to think he just can't do it.
When he is in his ghostly form as well, he's intangible. Basically intangible.
Right. Exactly. Yes, I'm done now. Okay, so we're couple donations. We're good to go. All right. So, on Hunter or no?
Up to you guys. What do you guys say?
I'm not caught up, so
Yeah, I figured. But okay. Well, set for Ziz whenever he comes down at some point in the future.
Also,
All right.
you need to catch up with One Punch Man.
One Punch Man. I know. All right, so I'm gonna get ready for my stream tonight on Patreon. Back at it again. We have a break, so I'm gonna try to do Hunter x Hunter and One Punch Man next week for the tier 3 boys. For you guys. Yes, it's on the roads, and it's fine. Doorbell as is. We're good. We will. I think also probably we'll do this for, let's say, in the future in terms of the stream setup. We'll probably do also like any sort of tier list or that kind of stuff. The fun things we'll probably do it on Sunday afternoons too. Just so we can kind of maintain a system. I mean, on Saturday afternoons, just so we can maintain a system going forward for the future. Whether it be, let's say, be stuff that involves the the wrestling stuff, whether it involves any other fun tier list, we'll probably do at this window of time, like between 1 and like
still waiting for the
7.
We still have never talked about the top cartoon list in like almost half a year now.
I know. Yeah,
and
I know.
I was gonna ask you about when do you want to attempt to do the next content.
Well, right now there's a few things I'm doing right now. There's a few things I'm trying to tackle. So you can see I'm doing like a lot more streams as of late for various content. So that's what I'm trying to make. In terms of my scheduling, it's been off. I'm trying to get that fixed. But once I get that fixed, I should be able to actually do that. But that's just on me trying to get my ducks in a row.
I mean,
so
at least
once
the
they're all
content creator
quacking
one
in a
is
row,
only
I'll
like
let you know.
At least the content creator one is only like 3.5 hours and not like a big 8
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
We could also
the problem with that one is just trying to get everyone together.
Yeah, we could also do like updated stuff, like for example the best fights in anime and manga at some point. Because I'm pretty sure.
But let's tackle
the
something we have
list
to. I see what you're saying, but let's tackle the things I think we should tackle first.
No. I
like that idea,
understand. I'm saying at some point.
Like I said, we still have a top 15 favorite cartoons that that was voted on like over a year ago now that it still has not come to fruition.
I got you. We'll get to those. We'll be on Saturday like we're doing now, Saturday afternoons, just to maintain a constant schedule, I think. All right.
Also, just one last thing before you leave, Cole. Next chapter, Elbaf matches Skypiea elect. We're at 65 chapters, right?
Ooh, okay, good.
Yes, Skypiea.
Because I did not want a short arc for Elbaf at all. People were saying it should be a short arc, like it should be shorter than Zoe. Fuck that.
It's going to compete for 3rd place.
Yeah.
Honestly.
To be fair, I don't think people realized that Emu was going to show up on this arc, so I kind of changed.
But I said where those would happen, there's no way this arc was going to be short. I said that adamantly. Like, there's no way, and thank God we're getting to like.
Is this
like it's proper length right now? What's up?
Is this the best arc in post time skip?
No,
one of the best. I would say one of the best, but not the best.
I would still say best post time skip arc is still probably Whole Cake Island.
That's all I say too, honestly.
Probably yes.
I like it too a lot.
Post time skip is such a mixed bag, sadly.
Just so I ask, what's the best pre-time skip arc for you guys?
My favorite Skypiea, but I think the best one's probably Shibone Archipelago.
I would say Marineford, honestly.
Marineford's up there too. Yeah.
Marineford or Alabasta.
Yeah, that's fair. Those are fair. Yeah. All right, lads. So that's it. All right. You guys come to the stream. No doubt.
Later,
all right, see you guys later.
Good evening.
Peace out. Yep. Good stuff. All right. Y'all be good. All right.
Yeah. Let me know whatever your schedule is so we can start planning things in the future.
Absolute. All right. Later.
Later, boy.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. That's it for today's stream. We covered a few things here. Gabon, again, right now it's like a lot of wait and see shit, but Gabon's the real deal. We respect it. We did talk about AI thing for a lot, but I think, Chad, like this will be probably a video on its own to the channel. This is very important shit. This changes the game, how you do things. Because think about it, honestly, Chad, if this is successful, I may not do streams anymore on Fridays for One Piece. I may actually just do them whenever they come out officially for Manga Million. Honestly, like that's how big of a deal it is in terms of like my scheduling. This is very important. Like, so we'll see. Obviously, they just started this thing off like a few days ago, but this is a very, very important shit. So we'll see how things go with Manga Million, because this changes the game by quite a bit. I think I will too then. Fuck it, because this is huge. Huge. All right, buddy. That's it. I'm going to see y'all later. Take care. Stay safe. Peace out. Until we're handsome, maybe. We'll see. But it's free. Like, the paywall is gone, lads and ladies. The paywall is gone. This is paid. This is like $4 a month. This is free. Holy shit. Oh my God. Okay, all right. I'm gonna see you later. Take care. Stay safe. Peace out. Until next time, everybody. Love you. Have a nice one. It's all the manga, or it's 400 titles, and this just came out. So they're updating all of them. But you can apparently read everything in all these languages so far, and they have more coming. And they're using AI to enhance it some way, which is gonna be, you'll see my video. I'll do a video. I have my guy working on a video for this one, hopefully early next week. All right, later. But it's happening.